Welcome to the Wicked Radio Network.
Paul, what you've written just isn't fair.
Not fair.
That's right. When I was growing up in Bakersfield, my favorite thing in all the world was to go to the movies on Saturday afternoons for the chapter plays.
Cliffhangers.
I know that, Mr. Man. They also call them serials. I'm not stupid, you know. Anyway, my favorite was Rocket Man. And once it was a no-brakes chapter. And the bad guys stuck him in a car on a mountain road and knocked him out and welded the door shut and tore out the brakes and started him to his death. And he woke up and tried to steer and tried to get out, but the car went off a cliff before he could escape. And it crashed and burned, and I was so upset and excited. And the next week, you better believe I was first in line. And they always start with the end of the last week. And there was Rocket Man trying to get out. And here comes the cliff. And just before the car went off the cliff, he jumped free. And all the kids cheered. But I didn't cheer. I stood right up and started shouting, "This isn't what happened last week. Have you all got amnesia? They just cheated us. This isn't fair. He didn't get out of the cock-a-doodie car."
Recording to you live from Bela Lugosi's mausoleum. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast. Holy crap, we're back, kids. It's been a while. I'm here, as usual, with my buddy Dom. Say hello, Dom.
What's going on, people?
With my brother Bob. Say hello,
Happy
Bob.
belated Halloween.
Hello.
And I got, they're staring at me. We got guests, Ed.
Everyone.
We're so close together. We're hogging a mic. We're sharing.
Gentlemen, it's great to be back.
Oh, okay.
Wait, but who are they? We
I know. He couldn't wait. He's like, hi, I want to talk. So we got Ed back, and Ed brought the devil with him.
Hello.
Ed brought a man named Satan to the show.
It's my best friend.
It's his best friend, Satan. Oh. It sounds so adorable. So
It's
can
true.
we? So all right. Like literally, that's your nickname, right?
Yes,
That's
His
one
real
of-
name is Steve.
His real name is Steve, but
His
it's
real
one of the
name is
nicknames
Steve,
that he's
that's right.
earned over the years.
it's true. I do bad things.
Okay. All right. Do I want the backstory on this? Because you guys were talking and I was trying to ignore it so that I can come in kind of like clean. But now I'm like, dumb. What was the story on a level of 1 to 25?
It has potential.
All right, hit me with it.
It's kind
All right, so you got to punch it up now. Now you got to make it fair. You got to make it fun.
Very good.
I'm saying that it could be like a little,
If I built it up already too
could
much.
be exaggerated a little bit.
Okay.
To the point
Oh,
where it's
okay.
like real,
All right,
It
all
happens.
right. Give me the Hollywood version.
The Hollywood version. Oh, good.
I heard
All
you're
right.
good at that stuff.
That's sometimes basically when I was in high school back in the day, like a few years ago. I guess,
Okay, all right, we get it. You're older than you want to talk about.
Yeah. So anyway,
Monsignor Farrell. I think Dom knows that place.
All right, don't.
he does.
I've been there a couple times.
So anyway, so growing up, I used to like to pull pranks and I used to do silly shit and stuff at the school, and so and some people used to say that. My face and my smile is like that of like the devil, like what they imagine the devil would look like.
Sure.
I kind of swung into that, and I do bad things. So
All right, you
I used
played
to-
right into it.
Yeah, so I would go and I would do things like I would pull pranks, like I would turn people's book bags inside out, or like we would
Whoa.
put sticky notes all over people's cars, or
Stop.
like whipped cream, but then there was some other stuff that I would do that people
Okay.
would love.
He sent a letter to the 30 smartest kids in the school telling them that they'd been expelled.
That's fun, though.
I sent one to myself too, so that it was.
Oh, you're covered. So you were covered, right? Yeah, you always got to include yourself.
But then-
you were Cartman in high school.
I don't know about that, but yeah, they didn't like me, and I did get kicked out.
Well, it wasn't.
interestingly enough.
Well, it was a Catholic school where they don't like anything remotely
Oh, you got
interesting
kicked
or
out for
fun.
that?
Well, just from the accelerated program.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Mm.
I was with the smart kids, and then
They were like, "You can't be a smart kid if you're doing stupid shit."
Pretty much,
Right.
yes.
Smart kids, not smart asses.
Right, so it would seem. And then I did other things, like I got Ed to go to prom with a girl who had a boyfriend at the time.
That's good stuff.
That's a much longer story.
Well, yeah, the one where you definitely don't have time for it. But he set you up for some drama. What a good friend. What a good friend.
And then I wasn't a part of it.
Teen
That's
movie.
right. That's what I
That's
do.
what Satan does.
It's a teen movie setup.
Basically, it is. Satan sets me up at a prom, and then, it's all great, and then the big boyfriend comes out.
Yeah,
I got you.
And then the bucket of blood falls, and
Wow. That's a better movie. So, where were we now? About to give up on this? No, I'm sorry. But
Pretty much. I
Yeah.
didn't have a part of Edapalooza, but I tried to keep it going. Did he ever tell you about Edapalooza?
I don't think so.
I don't think
It
he
might come
has.
back to me, but I don't think it's definitely not on this show.
Oh no! Well, Steve wasn't directly involved with this, but there for some reason a guy in physics class said, "Hey, let's have a party at Ed's house."
Mhm.
So they made up flyers
Oh.
with my address on
With
it.
his actual, but the thing was, they go, "Hey, yeah, we want to see what your license looks like. Can we see it?" And Ed goes, "Oh, sure, guys, no problem." And he just
Oh.
hands him his license.
Oh.
They made flyers and they put them up everywhere, not just in the school, but they started putting them up outside of school.
Yeah, there was another kid who had gotten kicked out of school, and
Right.
so he took one of the flyers, wrote on it, "The rumors are false. The party's still happening."
Oh,
Made 5,000 copies and put them up at every train station and bus station.
That was
in
you!
Staten Island.
that was you and that kid.
He was
oh,
Edapalooza,
man,
yeah.
you're like a legend.
These are the kind of white collar crimes that went down.
We're bad. You got other schools, people get stabbed with pregnancies and stuff. We're like,
Oh.
oh, we made a bunch of flyers and put them up at the train stations.
So I
And
got
my teen movie, it just gets more full.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
this movie's not going.
I get called to the principal's office
okay.
and get asked, "What is this?" I go, "Oh, it was just a cool joke, whatever. It
Yeah,
doesn't mean
yeah.
anything." And then the principal tells me that 3 other principals of different schools had called him to ask if it was a Farrell sanctioned event.
It was a
Oh.
school sanctioned event. Yeah.
Oh,
So then they dispatched.
yeah.
this was on the calendar for the school year. PTA
Yeah,
contributed to
well,
this
also
one, I think. There was a bake sale.
on the
Right.
school
It's a race funds,
To raise funds for the muscular dystrophy.
Oh, that's good,
on
that's
the
good.
school TV station in the morning. Someone had made a joke not to go to the Valentine's Day
No.
dance and to go to Edapalooza instead.
Well, I lost all interest with this story as soon as you said the school TV station.
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
because I just stopped and imagine
Yeah.
that.
WSBN.
So yeah. Then the principal went on the PA and told everyone not to go, and that the police had been called.
It's true.
Ooh. Well,
My favorite thing was the flyers said that it was a coming out party. That was the best. to me.
that oddly didn't get mentioned until this point, but okay. So there was one thing that was true on it then.
Right,
No,
exactly.
I got you.
Exactly, yeah. Because no one showed up to the party, but it
So
was.
this is the kind of friend that you made back in the days.
Yes.
Now he's a lifelong friend,
Mm-hmm.
and you brought him to my fucking house so
Yes.
that he can pull shenanigans, hide my toothpaste or some kind of corny fucking
No,
shit.
I left the toothpaste. It's just a little different than it was before.
Oh, just don't worry about where you put the toothbrush. That's an ass crack joke? Nobody? No? Nobody? That's no. Am I the only one? Eh. All right, too
Eh.
esoteric, I guess, for you kids. All right,
We'll be waiting to hear like the chirping birds.
or something funny from him.
Or like some crickets, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, I'll put them in. I'll put them in
Yeah,
later.
all right.
The people listening now, they already heard it. All right,
We've already
Trust
gotten
me.
them a couple of times, so we
All
want to
right.
make sure you get them.
Well, Don was going to get crickets because he almost didn't make it. There's a whole baseball palooza going on. The TV set. I don't know. I've heard about it.
What's that?
It's-
It's just thing they, what do they
The
call
New
it?
York
The,
Metropolitans, I heard.
What are they calling this thing? It's the World Series?
Or something like that.
Series.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually one of my Edmails.
Yes,
I
it is.
noticed that before.
Yes, it
actually,
is.
when I saw the
This
email.
is your name is fucking Sal Segway. All right, because that was smooth.
Sally Segway.
Fucking.
May I
It's usually my nickname.
Well, yeah.
Well, start. I guess you could start.
Well,
with
you
that
know
one,
what? Yeah, I guess you can just take over the fucking show. Whatever. I mean, you know.
I think.
I know I really didn't print off a good list this week. It's only got 5 things on it that have no descriptions whatsoever. But I mean, it does have an order of
You
things.
put its effort into
But
it.
I think.
what would you
I think
like?
we should
What would you guys like to do? I'll just sit here.
I don't
and-
even know why you're still here.
I don't know. Someone's got to run the machine. I think is what it comes down to.
Hey,
No, I got
Steve.
that.
And
Steve
you know what?
kinda-
You know what? Don't be shy with really kind of like putting it to your face either. The microphone. You know what I mean?
Fine.
You know what I mean? I mean, you know. And actually, I just shove him the fuck over if you have to. He's new. He's not gonna. She's gonna be here once. All right.
Bill,
I'm just saying. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, Steve kind of called me at a rough time, man. Like, usually I got like my notebook out.
Yeah, it was a
I
bad
got, like,
presentation for you.
Pages of notes. I got my computer and everything set up, and like I look bad.
You're not even playing with your phone, which is like.
I don't look good. I don't look good right now.
No,
Something tells
you give it
me a notebook and a pen, still not going to look good, buddy. Sorry.
Oh,
up. He's saying you got to have a laptop, an iPad, like 6 devices probably, and be like.
Maybe bring some headphones. It's a podcast.
I don't even have my
Oh,
headphones. I forgot
no,
my
that's how
headphones.
but that is notoriously unprepared for you because usually
Yeah.
you come here with shit and he's like he'll say to me, so what do you got for news? And I'm like, I got nothing. What do you got? I hope you got something. He's like, yeah, of course I got stuff. And I'm like, okay, good. Dom usually pulls me my ass out of the fire with that. But
Well,
actually,
I actually came here straight from like I mentioned before. I actually came straight from Penn State. Like I didn't even stop home or anything.
Right,
Like,
you didn't even
I
have
just
time
dropped
to
my
sober up.
girlfriend out. Dropped her off home, And my stuff is like still in the car and everything. So
Nice. Not even showered, probably. All
I showered
stinky.
this morning,
Oh, good.
reluctantly in the frat house
Ooh,
bathroom.
how was that?
Not
Sketchy?
great.
Sketchy?
That's,
Did you feel-
that was
did
like
you
a
feel
nice. That was a
almost-
nice
Was it?
description.
Yeah, were you stuck
It's
inside?
also called the pucatorium. On
Exactly.
weekends, so.
Exactly.
Did you feel just as dirty going out as you probably did going in?
Exactly. That's true.
All right, so back to that real quick. So Ed's actually going to pull us out of the fire this week. Ed actually pulled some notes together, but we're going to get to that in a little bit. Ed, you did tease emails, so I think Bob's got a jingle for emails.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I screwed that up.
that's okay.
3 notes.
Still screwed up. There it is.
As we all watch him play this amazing.
It's not-
No, I just looked over at you guys. You guys were all this wide-eyed, watching, attentive, but it just looked way too much for that.
I'm impressed.
I'm impressed.
I couldn't do that.
I just stole that from David Letterman.
It's emails.
Change the
We
key.
get emails.
Double it up a little bit. It's a whole new thing.
So Ed,
So what do we got, Ed?
Ed, in your box of mails.
There is a nice handful that have not been discussed.
Well, that's true too.
Mhm.
But there's
So-
a couple. There's
Well,
a couple off the
we,
top.
We were just talking about this, so I'm just going to start right off with gentlemen.
Ed,
The Mets are in the World Series. Do any of you care?
2 out of 3.
Not really.
Well, okay, 1.5 out of 3. Because he's not really, so that's a half.
You know,
Dom's super
I'm-
fan though.
I'm
Dom's
happy for
been
them
waiting
if-
for this for
if
years.
they win. But
And
I'm
I
not-
gave,
I'm not watching it.
And I told Dom too, because it was gonna, depending on what time we recorded today, it was gonna be a thing where it's like, you know. I
Well,
said, bro,
if-
fucking go. That's like watching your kids graduate. You got to go to that shit.
No, well, if I would have been here, while the game was on, I would have definitely had my laptop with me because I would have probably been streaming it, like while we were recording.
Mhm.
But we
So
probably
what
would
you're
have
saying
recorded
is you wouldn't
anyways.
have been paying attention to what you're supposed to be doing, and you would have been watching the game.
Exactly, pretty much like what we do every week.
Like every show. Yeah.
Except there's just no game on, and usually
Yeah.
he's like surfing the web.
Exactly. But no, I do care a lot. Been waiting.
How you feeling about from today forward? You got a lot of positive. I mean, I'm not up on it, so I wouldn't know. But is things looking good?
For,
Feeling
for
good?
those listening,
They're,
you're recording this on Saturday. The Mets just won Game 3 last night to make it.
Fair enough.
They're
Good.
down
Good
2-1.
They are down
Okay.
2-1. Like I was just gonna say that they're down right now.
Mm.
They got next 2 games at home.
Okay.
Opportunity to to do some
magic.
damage.
Some magic can happen.
Exactly, and it's not really looking fantastic right now because the Royals are a good team. But
The Royals are
Right. It's
very
not a
good
clear
team.
cut kind of game.
Steve, your thoughts?
Steve, you're a sporter.
I am a sporter, yes.
You're a sportly person.
I'm a sportly
sporty
person.
guy.
Really? How come like 2 days ago I had to explain to you what a bullpen was?
That's a.
Hey man, he doesn't have
He
to know
thought it was
everything.
something like. He
Shots
thought it was like.
fired. Damn.
He thought it was one of those new things like Chicago hot plate, like or one of those kind of dirty fucking terms. You know.
It was, no, I'm a Yankees fan, so I'm excited for New York sports. But
There you go.
But I live in Los Angeles,
Right.
when the
Mets playing the
when the
Dodgers.
Mets were playing the Dodgers, that was pretty cool because.
Nice.
And then they lost, and it made me really happy because fuck the Dodgers.
And there you go. In the end, it was good for you.
It all worked out for me. It's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. Like whether they won or they lost, at least the Dodgers lost.
Exactly, which
Right.
is really all. Well, I mean, not as bad, only because I live there, and but if it was the Red Sox,
Yeah,
Would've
there
been
you
truly,
go.
better.
that would have been really good.
Nah, there you go.
Because I see,
Well-
I date girls in LA, and they, and when I see somebody with a Red Sox hat, and I'm like, baby, you got to give me like 30 seconds. I got to smack this guy around real quick. He's wearing a Red Sox hat. And it's just not allowed. And she's like, "You're not in New York. That's not okay anymore." I said, "I know, but
It's in the blood.
it's a thing. I got
It's
to
in
do
the
it."
blood.
She's like,
wearing one.
"We're in an airport. What are you doing?
We're in an airport. We're
You're
online.
in an airport. You got dark skin and a beard. The last thing you need is to be trying to fight somebody." So,
That's true. That's a good point.
This conversation,
That girl
conversation is probably burning a hole in Bill's body
Well,
right now.
I didn't
because
wanna-
he just hates anything.
No,
that has to do with sports on the show. So.
I was kind of letting you guys have a moment, and then I was just waiting for a good time punchline to wrap it up and
Well,
say something
it's all right.
obnoxious.
Just to wrap it
but you
up.
set it up so much now that I can't do that.
Just to wrap it up, let's go Mets. Carry on, Ed.
That works? Okay.
Let's go Mets. Lamest fucking rallying cry ever. Let's do this, guys.
that's the very.
Let's get it done, buddies.
Let's win one, champs.
If you're in Queens, you got to say it like the natives of Queens say it. Lego May.
Lego me. Lego me.
Because we're all Spanish.
Me.
Well,
okay.
Ed's got more.
Not that that was-
this Ed mail I just wrote this morning.
Mm.
Gentlemen,
Gentlemen, sir.
No,
What
you
is-
sent it to the wrong people.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite Halloween comedies?
Halloween comedies.
Yes.
Is that a deep? Is that a
The
deep?
Nightmare on
Does
Elm
that
Street.
genre run deeper than I think it does right now?
Halloween comedy.
So you're talking about like Hocus Pocus?
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus.
Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
Ah.
You got to dig
Right.
back to Abbott and Costello. How deep is that pool you're fishing in, man?
There you go, buddy.
That's a good point.
That's
That's a great movie, though.
So
You're like, so of the 3 Halloween comedies, which one are your favorites?
I like The Return of Michael Myers. I thought that was hysterical. That was like number 6, I think, the one where it all completely fell apart, and they tried to make it mysterious
No,
with some
I was
mysterious
saying
dude
earlier,
like
it
you don't
was
see.
Nightmare on Elm Street for me.
Yeah.
The original, the first.
Yeah, that
Wow.
was, I thought that was historical.
I personally think all of the like slasher,
Yeah.
Halloween
Mhm.
movies were comedies, in their own sense. So
Was there any
It's
one of
just
them?
black comedy. It's like, hey, look at that.
Yeah,
He's got a freaking axe in
obviously,
his head.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, they're not outright comedies. They weren't
Right,
made
but
to
there's
be
sometimes
comedies,
these things
but
are
they're
just
still,
laughable. They're just so
exactly.
laughable.
Exactly.
Was there anyone like that growing up for everybody? Like did get you good? Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe like
scared me.
Like for me, I'll put it like this: like the rest of them all phased out, but Michael Myers for some reason was the one that took the longest for me.
Yes.
It just creeped me the most, or for the longest period.
Like I gotta be honest with you though, like I agree with that from the earlier set of like horror movies, like out of
70s and 80s
yes,
kind of stuff.
exactly.
Okay.
Probably Halloween, but I gotta be honest though, like these newer set like Paranormal Activities, I think those are pretty scary.
Those are pretty
Yeah.
supposed to be pretty good. I haven't seen any one of them.
I've
but
seen a few
people
of them.
swear-
I haven't seen all of them because I think there's like 4 or 5. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
horror has grown up. It's where in the beginning it was all about the gore factor and how many people you could just kill in a movie.
Right.
Now it's it's become more sophisticated because people are over the whole gore thing.
Yeah, but that still goes in
It's a norm.
cycles.
It's a norm. Really.
Because people will tell you, some people will argue that because that goes in cycles a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
like
does.
people will say
It does.
but then we just have a newer version of that, which is all the torture porn stuff that came out, like Saw and Hostel and all that stuff,
Right.
which is like even in itself the next level of doing
Right,
that,
but
where it's
now-
more intense and it is more about like really kind of just fucking with your head.
Right.
But it's
now-
still,
Yeah,
you
Hostel's
know,
one of those.
Hostel and Saw,
too.
they're kind of over now. And now,
Oh, absolutely,
But now, what are
absolutely.
you seeing on TV? You got The Walking Dead, and now it's not about the gore on The Walking Dead. It's about the interpersonal
It's about the
relationships
people.
that go
Yeah,
on
it's
in
a
the
survival
situations.
show. Yeah.
Whereas something like
So-
American Horror Story
Right.
is about who knows what the fuck because
I-
it's like
I-
fucking schizophrenic to
Yeah,
begin
that's
with.
just totally like off the wall horror.
Yeah, yeah,
That's you know what I mean.
Supposedly this
So
season they went
we
completely
have gone into
hard
a
for
more
them.
stable
They-
time.
Well, I think
they
it's,
went for horror, but they got horrible.
But
Yeah, that's right.
getting back
Sorry, go
to
ahead.
Ed's original question, I think if you look at it, any movie by Trauma would make a good
Oh,
Halloween
yeah.
comedy.
Next question.
Hit me.
Gentlemen,
Yes.
what type
That's
of...
us.
You know, you
What
sure?
ti-
Are you still trying to talk?
Yes.
Oh,
nice.
You're gonna make a joke about the gentleman every time he fucking says it?
why not?
yes.
What type
I'm still
of...
trying to get one joke.
What
really?
type of... Mother...
Oh, how's it feel? All right. Anyway,
What type of hair care products do you think Wolverine uses?
Gotta be stuff. It's all extra. Heavy.
I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you. It's got to
Probably
be.
some kind of wax, I would assume.
It's some natural secretion, I bet. Like if your hair gets oily, like it takes like a day, maybe for your hair to get noticeably like really oily. Some people even quicker. But imagine his, like, because he's got that healing factor. That
Well,
shit's
weird,
just.
that
He could
Logan-
probably wring it out at the end of the night. He could probably just.
Well, just that shape, that it
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
looks like a pyramid coming out of his head.
Well, here's the question. Like, nowadays he probably uses like stiff stuff or one of those ones that those Goku-looking kids,
Gotta
the
be
Mexicans do, the Spanish guys. I don't know if you ever seen these kids. They run around. They all
Yeah,
got, like
it's like
Goku heads.
it's like a stronghold gel. I think would probably be.
Yeah. Or
There's
I'm
always
sure.
black
There's,
guys, you know.
I was gonna say there's always
Back
some
in
at
the
Home
book.
Depot running on sale.
I think I would personally think like pine tar.
There you go. Actually, he is a woodsman.
Okay.
Next question. Anything good?
All right, last one.
It better be good.
Gentlemen,
You better shoot for the fucking stars here, Ed.
what is your...
Pressure is on.
What is your...
Can you do it?
What is your...
Speak up, dude. Can't hear you.
What is your favorite mixed drink? Rum and Coke doesn't count.
Fuck you. I read this in the mailbox the other day, and I was like, how does that not count? It's my only drink. That and Kahlua and milk? No. I mean, come on. Anybody else?
That is
I
a
don't know.
mixed drink, I guess.
Screwdriver.
No, screwdriver for Bob. No. It's going to be some kind of alcohol with a soda type beverage. So, like, so you can go fuck yourself? Because if I said gin and tonic, you'd be like, oh, that's fine. Oh, but rum and coke's not. So, you know.
Can I go with
Everyone does rum and coke.
Can I go with rum and
rum?
Rum and ginger ale?
It's a left turn. Can I do vodka
It's
and Red
kind of
Bull?
like a variation on a 7 and 7.
Well, if I can't do rum and coke, I do.
You ever have a drink that has like a name other than just the
Oh, what do
ingredients?
you think this is? The 1920s?
I don't know.
Maybe a Harvey Wallbanger, tall in a dirty glass, pal.
Let's get one thing straight, though, guys. Real men don't drink mixed drinks.
Well, it says the guys who are like, I only got enough money for a beer.
I have a little tradition I do. If I'm at a wedding
Sure.
and I think that and I think it's gonna last.
Right.
I think that like the marriage is gonna last
Sure.
long term.
Mhm.
I drink Manhattans.
Right.
And if I think it's gonna, if I don't think that the marriage is gonna last,
Yeah.
I drink kamikazes.
Oh, okay. I like that. I see where you're going with there. Kind of.
That's good.
So I know Steve is gonna be watching me like a hawk tomorrow now.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
So now you are in town, Steve, for a wedding.
I'm in
is that
town.
correct?
Yes, I'm.
All right, now, without revealing too much,
Yes,
are you related to these people?
I am. Yes,
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll
Are
still
you-
ask the question. Do you like them?
Burning question.
I do. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
tolerate. you
Yeah,
know,
that's what I mean. You know,
Accept
okay.
them. You say, well, it's been a while.
It's been a while, but yeah, I mean, you can elaborate a little bit if you want. It's a family. No, just don't have. You don't want to share it.
Right past.
Yeah, you don't want to give me any ammunition for this.
Not a single.
All right,
thing.
that's cool. All right, I'll roll
You
out.
started it, though.
I did start it.
It's my mother's wedding. My mother's getting.
Get out of here, for
Yeah,
real? All right, well,
really.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I
Very
won't pick it
excited.
apart at all. I'll just leave it alone. No.
So I guess the guy your mother's marrying is a real motherfucker then. Huh?
But Bob, on the other hand, will
Oh.
obviously take a swing. I really thought I was closing the door on that.
Jeez.
Woohoo!
Holy.
But, you know, in all honesty, so was your father.
Just once.
You know what I mean? That
I
you
know
know of.
once.
That you
Once.
know of. That we can
As I
prove.
know
That we can
once.
prove. All right. Welcome to the show. Did I tell you that?
Thanks.
All right. So that was it for you, Ed, with the mails?
I think that's enough.
And that was enough for bothering Satan, or should we quiz him a little bit? Because I did start putting a quiz together, Dom, for this guy.
Did you?
And I don't know him intimately enough to know if this is a good quiz, as we normally, have I ever done a good quiz?
I think the good ones usually come from, my
So-
notebook.
Oh, okay, I was going to say somebody else, right?
Right. The notebook. Right.
The notebook.
It's there with your laptop.
Exactly.
Well,
exactly.
I mean,
I know.
are there
It's over.
are there
It's there
10
with your
questions
laptop
there?
and your forethought. Right.
Exactly,
They're just
exactly.
elsewhere.
Hey, man,
what
like
was
I
that
said
again?
before, it's all up here.
Are there 10 questions?
There are not 10 questions. Let's see, how many did I get to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7. I got 7 out of 10.
That's good enough.
That's good enough, right? We can do the bit?
I think we could do the
I
bet.
think we could do the bet.
Okay, we'll do the bit.
I'm excited.
You've never heard this show, right?
Nope.
That's probably for the best, just generally overall, even outside of this thing. So what we do is first time guests, they take a little quiz, a little nerd quiz. We feel
Yeah.
them out a little bit.
Yeah.
I try to keep it softball in the beginning. I try to make it hardball by the end. I'm not a sports guy, so it could all be fucking Yahtzee.
You start
I don't know.
soft, get hard. I get
You
it.
know, but there you go. See that? There was a joke there, and I didn't even try that time. But basically, it's like, let's see what you know. Maybe you picked up some stuff by osmosis. It's not saying, hey, you should know all of this shit, but maybe you know most of it, you know?
You never know.
So let's do it, real? All right,
Yeah.
all right, you ready? You really ready? Let's do it. First, I got 3 easy questions in the beginning.
Okay.
It's 10 questions.
It's usually 3 stages.
You know, we got some
Good.
easy,
You
some
gonna keep
mediums, some
explaining
hard.
it, or are you just gonna answer
Absolutely. This is how I fill the whole. This is
Right,
the-
is it,
it's an hour
we,
and
got
a
like,
half.
we got like 9 minutes of content, and it's just like we're going to explain it, and then just
Exactly.
explain
Build
it.
it, build it, build it, build it. Like any really good show. You know what I mean? High quality. Who was the bad guy on the Smurfs?
Yeah, Gilgamesh.
Whoa.
Wow, the Smurfs were dealing with
Close. He was close. It was Gargamel.
Gargamel.
But I mean, that's like in the neighborhood. That's like, you know what I mean?
Ah,
That's like in the same town.
So
Gilgamesh was
God
from,
wanted the Smurfs
Beowulf.
dead. Basically,
Ah!
is what he's saying.
Shit.
What was that, Bob?
So I read.
God wanted the Smurfs dead, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he brought a whole biblical thing to it.
Gilgamesh is like
You're
God,
right.
God's number one warrior.
There probably is
Gargamel.
some
Gargamel.
biblical analogies can be made on that in general. All right.
Yeah.
Here's the next one for you, buddy. Still in the easy sections.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. Depends on who's answering them, right? Who took over as leader of the Autobots when Optimus died for about a week or 2?
I don't think it was Bumblebee.
Mother Misty.
I'm gonna
Swing.
say it was. I'll say Bumblebee. I'm probably
All right. It was because it was in the movie, so it was one of those new guys. It was Rodimus. It was Hot Rod, and then he got the Matrix of intestinal fortitude, or whatever the hell it was called, and then he became Rodimus Prime. But then when the show came back the next season, they just kind of Optimus came back. They hooked up a car battery to him, and
That's all it takes.
that's all. I mean, obviously, just plug them
The
in.
machines. I mean, hello.
Yeah, hello. So,
This is good. This is good.
all right. So, question 3.
So,
What do you?
0 for 2?
Yeah, 0 for 2. That's pretty good. So, number 3 is because he's a dick and he refuses to let them out. Superman keeps some innocent people in captivity. It's like a personal zoo. Who are these people? Like, how do we refer to them?
Oh, the Kryptonians in the Phantom Zone?
And well, not in the Phantom Zone. It's something else he's got going there at the Fortress of Solitude. Something else he keeps laying around.
People that he just keeps locked up.
Yeah, basically. I don't want to give it away at the time. You know, when I'm phrasing the question.
What is he? Super? All of a sudden, Judge Dredd?
He's locking people up, and he's
Oh, I was like missing that for a second. Well, it's not that he's locking them up. I was kind of being sarcastic with that, but he's got.
Oh, you're talking about his it's all the animals that he keeps locked up in the Fortress of Solitude.
Well, you know, it's the bottled city of Kandor. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where you were going.
There's Kryptonians in there.
I know that there
That's
is,
what-
but I was trying to get the
that's what I was
phrase out of
talking
you.
about.
I
Oh,
know
the bottled city of
Yeah, I was trying to get
Kandor.
Kandor out of you, or at least Kandor.
We'll give him.
We'll give
That
you
was fine.
16%.
To be fair, I did know
16%.
that one. That one I did know. I
Okay.
thought you were talking. All right.
All right, maybe so it was on me.
He didn't
So-
lock them up. He can't get them out. There's a difference.
I don't know. I just don't think he's trying. I don't think he's
That's
trying.
fair.
Off
He
of
never
that.
really seems to be trying.
You
He's
know?
always real sad about it. You never see him like.
He's never like, damn, when am I going to get these guys out?
He's
Lois,
I didn't think they were
stop
criminals.
banging me. I got to figure this out. You know,
He just waters them every once in a while.
he's never at the fortress anyway.
He
Checking
puts
on
the
them.
little wheel inside and spins it. He's
That's
like,
it.
"You guys are good."
He's not nice. It's nice.
If you think
I don't
about
think
it,
he's
though,
as super as everybody thinks.
to be fair, though,
Yeah.
if Kandor was Staten Island, they would never even notice that there was a glass. Nobody leaves.
No, yeah. That's
They would
probably
never know.
what it is. They're all discontent.
You got
They're
a
like,
couple of people that, if you got a couple of high school
Yeah.
students there that try, and
This
they're
is
like,
it.
you guys know there's this big glass wall.
Like,
stopping us,
yeah,
and
but
everyone's
it's
like, come on, hey,
Stop.
just
No,
get
no.
married and die here. You'll be
They
fine.
would notice because they wouldn't be able to go to Jersey for gas.
That's
It's a
or
small town
fireworks.
trap.
Right,
Oh,
right.
There is
Yeah.
something going on.
Go in the other direction, they wouldn't give it to them because they'd be happy they don't have to pay $16.
Right, to cross, right, $16 to. Well, no,
So-
they don't pay. It's not. I thought it's $16 to get back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well,
there you
it
go.
is. It's too much. That's the actual amount. That's the actual amount they say. Pay us too much, please. Next question. You're in the mediums, but there's not a whole lot of mediums. Only thing what I had in there was in the American cinema classic, Independence Day. Did those aliens ever get a name?
No, they did not.
That's correct. You got one.
Welcome to.
Well, you got one, and
One in 16,
and like
one
a
in
debatable one.
10%.
You know,
Yeah.
This has a sliding scale.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And then we do a thing at the end where I hope you get some tricks if you see
Yeah.
it.
All you got to worry about is the last question.
Oh, good. All right, good.
Potentially, how many times could a contestant wager their money in a game of Jeopardy?
32 times.
You were counting the entire board. Wow, you're like a mathematician. I couldn't even count that high on my toes. No, what I'm saying is let me redirect you. What I'm saying is, like
Oh, you mean
like during the course of the game, all of a sudden you can wager your own money. How much do you want to bet?
Oh,
I would say
2 probably, right?
Well, I'll let
Per
you,
question?
I'll let you go again. No, well, fuck it. You know what?
Maybe that's how you're phrasing the question.
It's double Jeopardy. It's the double Jeopardy during the main game.
Right, yes.
So you can do it once in the first round. It's just Jeopardy. It's
Right.
double bonus, whatever it's called. And then there's 2 in the last round. And I was including the last actual round because you wager again.
So it would
So
be
it's a total of
4.
4 is how I was thinking of it.
Isn't there
you
2
have
in the
to
first round and 2 in the
Maybe I
second
was
round?
drinking when I was made this list. What is
I
that?
always thought there was 2 in both rounds.
No, I thought so too. That's why I checked the wiki
Or
actually
maybe
before I
they,
made this.
over time they've taken one out.
There was a lot of
Just
when I went
more
through
commercials.
when I was going through the wiki. It was a lot of in this version they did it this way. Like in every fucking description of anything in that game, they told you 25 different ways. It's like, could you just maybe break up the games by year and then tell me each one? So anyway, one more here. You killed this man's father. Prepare to die. Who is this man?
Oh, Nico Montoya.
All right, very good, my friend. And the last one, this is the one that can even it all out. This is a super mega bonus points overdrive round.
Okay.
All right. And according to the owl, how many licks to the center of a Tootsie Roll pop?
None. Or 1. Excuse me. Right? He bites it.
Well, think back.
Think of like what like
How does it go? Like, what does he say?
A 1, a 2, a 3.
There you go. 3. Very good. You
I
got
got that one.
You got that right all on your own.
That's right.
There was no leading or anything.
That's right.
All right. So the last thing we do is it's lame, but we put 2 boxes in front of you, and one of them's got a prize, and one of them's got a bag of shit. And Well, maybe not even a bag of shit, but one's got a little price, one doesn't.
Only one person.
See,
So-
what if I wanted the shit?
I don't
Oh, well, how about this? One's
Then you would have to
shitty,
be our last guest.
Right.
one's shit-ish,
Yes.
and the other one's like a thing.
Right. One's.
So you pick a box, you'll never know what's in the other box.
Ah, jeez.
Think.
Sort of like dating, when you're choosing between girls.
Oh, I don't choose.
Oh,
That's all I do.
They choose me.
Do we let him know people's past choices?
Well, he's new here, so he's on his own. Usually what we
Only
do,
one
the reason we
person
do
is
that
ever
is to
picked.
rub it in their face. If you want that, that's the one you can take.
He did say he wanted the shit.
Or you can take that one.
All right, I'm going with this one.
All right, that's fine.
All right. Wow. 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
Hey,
what'd you get? What'd you
I
get?
got a nickel and 2 pennies.
All right, you're a big winner.
7 cents.
7 cents, folks. Now,
7 cents more than I came in here with.
if anybody wants to see us give bigger and better prizes, you can always send donations.
Now, our last guest was so pleased with choosing the red box that he actually left that on the table when he left. So that's actually been
It's
there
kind of a-
for about
all right.
24 weeks now.
That's actually a rejected prize, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
He
actually
took
returned
the
it.
prize.
He returned
it.
It took about 22 weeks for that to get rejected the first time, and 2 weeks since then to get rejected the second
Yes.
time.
It's funny, though. Like every episode, the blue box. Every episode.
Really?
Last week, the
Except
red
for the
box,
last-
and then this week, the red box.
I can't now.
The last
pick
two
the red
guests.
box.
You and the previous guest were the only two we picked.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go.
We're going to find some kind of other correlation between the two of you.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's maybe they haven't seen The Matrix.
That, or maybe they're just,
No, I'm with Joe.
they're not as
Penny.
here's the thing, they're not as Caucasian as everybody else that came through.
No, that's true.
So, maybe there's something to that.
Could be.
I mean, Ed, what do you think about
Some
that,
kind
Ed?
of sociopolitical
Ed made a
things
face
going
like,
on.
yeah. So I was like, I threw it at him.
Here's the part where you make
Sorry,
a comment about race. Go
I'm
ahead.
having Vietnam flashbacks right now.
See that? And you weren't even there. That's pretty intense. All right, we'll move on.
Thank you for the 7 cents.
Listen, I can now say that I gave 7 cents to Satan. You know what I mean?
You just sold your
you
soul.
just sold-
Holy
Oh,
shit! But it's like, wow, I could have done better than that. I think.
He didn't sell anything.
No, wait.
I
I
he
paid
paid
you.
me.
I gave yeah.
So I sold my soul to you.
I did start a some kind of monetary bargaining type relationship.
Okay,
we've opened
all right.
up a door. We'll negotiate maybe something in the future.
I have very low
I'll
self-esteem.
tell you
7
what,
cents will get you a
those
lot.
two guys, you meet at the crossroads,
Yeah.
and you can hash this out.
And
Until
we'll,
then, let's continue with the podcast.
All right. If I see Ralph Macchio there, I'll say what's up.
Okay.
Ralph Macchio.
Man,
Berkey. There you go. And Pat Morita's in that one too.
Yeah,
Though.
Steve Vai.
Hey, so we doing a show here? or what?
Oh shit! When? No one told
I think
me.
now. I think
No
like,
one told me.
What are you showing,
I
Don?
think like we're in the middle of one right now.
Oh, all right. Let
like,
me.
like right now?
Yes, right now.
All right.
He's keeping the 7 cents, ladies and gents.
Well, good. He
He's
should.
putting it in his
He
pocket
should.
officially.
I mean, if you really want to keep track of it, you should put it like in a little thing, put it off to the side.
This
It's
is
like a
a
lucky
pyramid.
7. It's like a lucky 7 thing.
That's true.
And then, like, maybe he comes back one day and he whips it at us or something. Beans me in the head. Maybe I should turn off my notifications on my iPad.
It's all right.
It's all right. No one
We
minds.
need sound effects.
No one minds a little. All right.
That's our sound.
How
bait.
often do you guest on the show and get a cash prize? I mean, really?
I mean, this
You
day
know?
and age.
I mean, we paid you to be here.
basically.
true.
Basically.
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? I don't even know if you can get a bazooka with
Yeah,
bubblegum with
Ed
that.
got shit, so.
You got the pile of
Yeah,
shit.
what did you get when you were
Ed actually got
Oh,
one of the
I
best
got a
gifts.
nice
Yeah,
little
Ed got to leave a chair
figurine.
here.
I got a nice little figurine of the Green Goblin.
Oh.
Dude,
I
you
said
probably would've got-
sarcasm in that. No. There was none at all, but it wasn't like, nice figurine.
I don't know what's in that blue box, man, but you probably would have gotten something pretty nice.
I don't know. I could do a lot with that 7 cents.
With that 7 cents and a couple more 7 cents, not even a lot of 7 cents, you could have bought what's in the other box.
Hey, that another $20 could get you a cup of coffee.
Because I only spent $1 on the thing in the box. So
You know what? Maybe if you go
to
to an international bank, there's some currency you can turn it into that when you turn it back into American currency, you'll actually make more money.
So
a
there
little
you go.
flipsy flopsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Maybe,
I got this
you
converted into
turn it
pesos,
into-
maybe I'd
Yeah,
have some.
nah, rupees.
I got a feeling
Over
they,
in Indian places, it's like 40,000 rupees is a penny. So
There you go.
there you go.
Anyway. When we're not talking about monetary values internationally on the Wicked Theory podcast, Sometimes we do other stuff.
What's been in the movies and TV?
Oh, fuck you, Ed. What are you gonna try and put this ship back in the ocean? No, it's dry docked now. Fuck it. It's all fucking fucked now. It's all fucked this show.
I thought that's what you
Nope. You're wrong. All right. So real quick, there are a couple things I did want to go over before we got into other shit, and we hit the 45-minute mark.
Meanwhile,
I did that in the meanwhile section here that we like to do a little bit of like what you've seen and what you've been up to, everything worthwhile bringing to the table. I did a little 24-hour podcasting.
Did you?
I did. You might have heard about it. It went pretty good. You know, I know you guys were already talking about it without me in the room before, so I feel like why am I bringing it up? Kind of like you guys have kind of talked out about it. But
No. So Bill.
and also now it's like tooting my own horn. So let's move on. So it went really good. 7 Days a Geek. They're going to be putting out the episodes next month, and you kids, if you're interested in hearing us slowly fall apart and get more and more like stupid as time goes on, you can listen to that.
Well, they're going to be releasing them as their part of their 30 days of podcasting.
Correct.
Right. So
Correct.
It's going to be one every day for the month.
Yep, one every day for the month.
And 24 of those will be of the 24 hours of podcasting.
Exactly. So, and then they'll probably have a couple of episodes where we'll get back together and bullshit about it or whatever, try to remember some of it. But it's like, at this point, I don't know how, like, as we get further out from it, like, it was hard to remember this stuff the next day. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, it's all just turns into a blur. And it's like you're grasping at, like, nothing's there.
Drinking together and it'll come back.
Yeah, that too. But also, what's crazy is that crazy cat, Agent Palmer, just kept scads of notes during the live. Besides everything else he was trying to do during the live show, he kept notes and he took track of like how many times like this show got a shout out or somebody else got a shout out. He was keeping track of like all different kinds of shit while that show was on.
He's good.
Can't deny it. So I wanted to mention that, and there was something else that I wanted to mention, but I can't remember it now, and since I didn't write it down, and it's not really.
That'll do it.
Did you sleep? So 24 hours, just to confirm. Are you tagging people in and out, or it's just 24 hours
No,
straight?
so what it is, like when we decide to kind of come up with it and do it, other podcasts have done it, but they do that. Like they'll have breaks, they'll tag people in and out. It'll be like the show is on. Mm-hmm. They'll even have like, whole hours where it's just pre-recorded. But it's about staying live and just having all content planned out and then trying to just tough it out, try to stick it out, do it. Like, you know what I mean? Which isn't a horrible thing to do. I mean, staying up for 24 hours, like, it's not impossible. You know what I mean? It's just like, you stay functional, talking and all that?
Can you still, what are you talking about? An hour 20,
like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. You got to have it all. We had enough of it scheduled out that even in those hours where we started to fall apart and started to move slower and kind of forget to do things and couldn't find, what were we going to do with this bit? Like, what was it, the setup? That we had enough to pick us up that we got through.
Yeah, to get you to the end.
Yeah. So we actually had, what was good at the very end is that we had like these 50 emergency questions with like nerd-based stuff. But two of the other people who were helping out on it, this kid, Agent Palmer that I mentioned, this young lady, Stephanie, who has her own podcast, Gotham Lights. If you really like the show Gotham, you should check that out. They kind of came in to save us a little bit because we were a little bit meandering. So they Skyped in and then like read the questions to us, kind of kept us bouncing for a couple hours while we caught like that fourth wind. Then for like the last 2 hours, we kind of came back. The energy finally came back a little bit, like, you know what I mean? But it was crazy. As far as I'm like, crazy shit we did, like that's being crazy overall, like trying to process it and stay in the moment.
Yeah.
After a while, it was just nutty. But we wanted a thing where it was like every hour we stopped to save the file. And like start another hour that was themed. So it was constantly like a reset. So in the beginning, it felt like a train. Like it was just like, all right, it's just going. Then after a while, it's like, yeah, it's going. It's going. It's moving. It's rolling. All right, we'll get there.
Like a marathon, you just hit that wall.
Yeah, kind of. Except it's it's
So running 26 miles, you're just sitting in chairs, start speaking at the microphone.
Yeah, basically. So you got to get up and down all the
And you got to remember, these guys were up before the 24-hour period.
Not too much, though. Not too much.
So
at least I wasn't. I was guessing at somebody's house, so I just got up late.
Your body shuts down,
Yeah.
Nighttime comes and it's instinctive. Your body starts to get different chemicals.
And then when it was time to go to bed, like I couldn't fall asleep right away. Like then the body just doesn't know what to do. Body's like, oh, it's sleep time? Fuck you, jerk off. You haven't given me any of that. Fuck you. Basically, something like that. So anyway, we talked about that. We got that out of the way. Preacher. Fuck it. Jump right to Preacher.
What
So-
about it?
Did you
It's
see
just-
the
that it's just good?
Did you
I heard
see
it was
the,
amazing.
The 16-second sneak peek that showed up on YouTube this morning?
Actually watched it all day yesterday,
Yes.
and like
Bill
over and
dissected
over
it
and
frame
over and
by
over and
frame.
over and over.
I joined him for a few minutes.
I've already changed.
I didn't get a chance to do that.
We saw
but-
Cassidy. We saw Jesse. Who else did we see?
You don't really see anybody else notable, but you do see like some bloody body. You see a couple of bodies on the floor. You see an explosion here or there.
Yeah, so I was watching Walking Dead last Sunday live, and I saw it air. I saw the teaser air, and like right away, I was obviously really excited about it because first footage of Preacher that I've been dying.
Yes,
for.
it's
so
real. It exists.
Right. So, I don't know why, but I didn't message Bill right away about it because I knew he was busy, like in Michigan or whatever else he was doing.
Mhm.
So it didn't. It took till like Thursday when I saw him at work until I actually mentioned it to him when he still hadn't seen the episode. Right?
Yeah,
Still
you know what?
hadn't
I
seen
should fucking. I can't believe I went that many days without even knowing it aired.
it. Right. So
'Cause
so I
you-
mentioned it to him. So I said, they put up a little teaser saying that Preacher's the trailer for Preacher is going to be on next Sunday during the episode of The Walking Dead. That's going to be 90 minutes.
I spent the next 2 days trying to find
He
this.
like freaked out.
this-
I was like, what? Like,
I'm like,
what? He's like,
are
what
you
what
kidding me?
talking about?
It's the
He's like,
fucking, it's my baby. Like, you know what I mean? And so I spent like the next 2 days trying to find like screen cap, images, that video somewhere. And then lo and behold, yesterday they finally released it and shit. So I couldn't stop fucking watching it. Like, you
So
know.
Steve, have you
I have
Read-
not seen it. No,
have you read the book? Or-
I have
Are you
not.
familiar with it? You've heard of it?
I have heard of it.
How deep does your comic? What would you call it? Your
Your comic
you-
IQ.
yeah, like are you a
I'm
comic
not-
guy at all?
I was. I'm more
Are you
into
fucking
the,
communist? Like, what's your
I
problem?
am. I am
no,
a
I'm just kidding.
communist.
That was very
No, it's
accusing.
true.
It's very accusing.
His name's
Give-
Satan. So
give it all
It's
to-
true.
all
At least a
bad
book you would
things.
like that. Satan would like this book. But all right, well,
he gets murdered, but
don't give it away. But point being, there's a lot of murder. But
I do like
anyways,
murder.
so this is a book that we're super psyched about. We've been talking about it like nonstop, basically since the first episode of this show because we knew it was coming, and like finally, we're basically just we got raging hard-ons right now. So you'll have to excuse our
That's what
hard-ons.
that is.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but you also
you'll have to
got
excuse us.
You also got to understand that since Preacher came out back in the '90s, and anyone who's read it at any time, they'll just walk down the street and talk about it. Still to this day, like years later. So it's something that's had like a serious impact on writing.
there's a lot of I've seen recently on Twitter, especially like a lot of like writers that currently write a lot of big titles for like Marvel or Image or anything like that.
They're all getting excited.
They've been freaking out also, because that's something that like guys that currently write, kind of they feel that it kind of like
It's
modeled the way
it's
they
a
write
perfect
now.
story. It's the way everything is written and everything. It's almost a perfect tale.
Was
So
it a
without-
full
and it's
series?
got
Is it
tons.
a mini series? Is it
So no, it's coming with 12 for
No,
this first
the book,
season.
the book of the show.
the book?
The book is 66 issues officially. There's 11 more issues that are like
Backstories.
side stories, but without like telling you anything about the story, it's great. And
Yeah.
you should definitely
It's
check
it's,
it
Yeah.
out.
it's an epic tale. Unless you're a religious fanatic, you should definitely check it out.
It's intense.
Yeah.
You've read some of it,
Yeah,
Matt?
I read the first trade,
Mhm.
and there was a point in the middle of it where I had to throw the book across the room.
Right.
So
But-
I
And
have been all right.
It's all right.
preparing myself to start that second
Let me tell you
trade.
something, Ed.
It's
If you threw it across the room and you didn't pick it back up, don't bother picking it up.
Wait, so
Because
wait,
it just
It-
it just gets more blasphemous.
Garth Ennis, a lot of his stuff when he's good, he's very good.
Well, that's the thing.
When
I agree.
when he's not good, it's a lot of it feels like shock value.
Yeah, don't get me wrong too, because this is a book that plays with a lot of different tones. Like it tries to do a black comedy thing. It tries to do super serious kinds of shit. It tries to be a little bit preachy sometimes, like literally with the American psyche, the way these conversations that between Jesse and Cassidy go down about what's right and wrong, a lot of righteousness. But behind it, it's a lot of like looking through all that filter.
Yeah.
Then what is the right
And
thing?
it,
But-
it had nothing to do with the religious aspects. It was the first time I saw Arseface.
oh well, then okay.
It was just like Jesus.
Well, they
Christ.
should have came a lot sooner than that. So it's a little
yeah.
bit. So it's got like this over the top black humor in it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of crazy shit going on. So don't get me wrong. It's a book where like it ain't for everybody.
Yeah, it's
it
over
really
the
isn't,
top,
and it's a reason why the show is taking so long to get made because it's got some of that shit.
Because it's
How
got
do you,
a lot of stuff going on.
And it's like, how do you find
a
a
lot of
balance?
controversial stuff too.
Yeah, a
So
lot
it
of
was like-
controversial religion.
for a little while, HBO was kicking it around, and it seemed like that would have been a great home for it, like on pay cable, because it's like, all right, it's safe zone kind of a thing. Like you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about them watering it down too much. But now it's at AMC, which is a network that's willing to push envelopes. So if anybody's going to do it on pay cable,
and do it really well, because HBO sometimes hit or miss.
Yeah,
AMC is usually
yeah.
like, I mean, they do it the AMC way, but I think they're usually
Yeah.
pretty on point in terms of.
it
All
seems
right,
to
we
be.
can't do an F word, but you know what? Here's how we'll.
Yeah, we'll
make
get
it.
around it. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
And I don't know if you know like anything about who's working on it, but Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg are
Oh,
both,
yeah, yeah.
Showrunners.
They're the
the
showrunners
showrunners.
on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
I think,
got Sam Catlin
Sam
from Breaking Bad, who was
Oh,
an
wow.
executive producer on that for a long time. So that the network's got somebody they feel a little confident in, knowing that Sam knows what Sam is doing, because Seth
Right.
and Evan, as good as they are, whatever,
They're
they're
good
new
writers.
to
They've
this,
written a
I
bunch of
think.
stuff, but
yeah,
I think they're
they've
new to
never run a
TV.
they've never run a show, like, you know what I mean. So, and then Garth Ennis is to some degree he's got a credit on it. You know what I mean? He's not in there all the time, but like they're running some of these changes because there's going to be some updating to bring it to the 90s, that kind of thing.
Right.
So we're super jazzed. The teaser came out. You really don't see a lot. You see
So
a
by the
couple
time
of
you listen to
characters.
this episode, you will have access to see the full length trailer. For this,
We'll be
For
dead.
this first
We'll
season.
have died. The
Yeah,
three of us-
we'll
the
have
three of
died
us-
because it'll either be so good or it'll either be so bad that we're just depressed and we just want to kill ourselves.
Right.
That is just that.
Yeah, we just want to pull in our space.
Exactly.
basically.
Yeah.
Um,
So the next show will be just me, so you guys know.
There you
Just
go.
so you know, it'll be
Because your
The
7
Wicked
cents
Steve
is
show?
not enough to get you on a flight. Back
Wicked
down.
Steve.
Right. 7 cents won't go.
there you
far.
go. Yeah, the Wicked Satan podcast starting
That actually has a better.
next week, depending on whether or not we live or die. But since I gave the devil himself 7 cents, I don't know.
You got a good shot.
It's probably. I think I bought a little piece of life there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You come down, I go, maybe next time. Go on back.
You give me 7 cents worth of reincarnation. I come back as like a dust
A
mite.
finger, yeah. Or
You know what I mean?
Just
Something
Just
tiny.
one
Just
finger,
yeah.
yeah.
one severed finger on the floor in a bar.
So my brother's a flute fly.
So, all right. Should I mention the other show that we're talking about doing? Since we're talking about Preacher.
Sure.
Was that?
Okay, so Ed's like, what? Another show? Excuse me, what's going on? So Ed's not really fully in the loop on it, but so now, as much as we've been talking about Preacher from the jump on this show, it's kind of become a thing in the back of my head that maybe we should break it out of this show, the Preacher Talk, and do a separate show,
Ooh.
a separate podcast. It's a crazy idea. I already set up the account. I think we're going to do it. It's going to be a tough thing trying to figure out the scheduling because it's going to depend on what day of the week that airs, what day of the week people are available, you know what I mean? And we have till May to kind of suss that all out, so it's a little loose right now. But generally speaking, the idea is that it's going to be called Preacher vs. Preacher, a comparison companion, and it's going to be us trying to break down the show every week, really kind of comparing it to the book. And, besides it just being a generic recap, which a lot of, not to insult recap podcasts or companion podcasts, but, they're a little straightforward. I'm trying to figure out a way to bring something a little bit different to this one by saying, we are rereading the book actively. We are trying to find what's changed and maybe why, so it's a little bit of speculation as to that, not just being like, it was so amazing, oh my god, I love it, because I feel like that's what we would get in this show.
Yeah.
And we already do that for a couple of solid shows. Like, I mean, so
no
I don't,
fan service.
yeah, so I don't want to bury this particular podcast. I don't want to bury the Wicked Theory podcast in just constant recaps all the time. And I know once that's airing, that's all I'll want to do.
Absolutely.
And so it'll be 45 minutes of the Preacher Talk on this show, and then it'll be 25 minutes of whatever else we're watching, plus, 25 minutes of banter, and then all of a sudden, what are we up to? Because I don't do math, but it's a lot. Like, you know what I mean? So,
I think it's a good idea.
You're at about an hour and 35
You got,
right
you got
there.
a dollar.
well, I got $1 out of 15 cents somehow. But, Bob, if that's only an hour and 35, that's not that bad, actually. But my
You got
thought is to
50
try
and 45. So
yeah, I guess that's good. Point being that I'm thinking that we try and do this other show, keep it to an hour solid, the best we can, try and figure that out.
Yeah, so we would try and do it probably directly after the episode airs, or like the next day, maybe.
Yeah.
So it's like so it's pretty fresh.
It might be a thing where we'll end up doing it via Skype, if anything.
Maybe, yeah,
You know
that's
what I
something
mean?
we thought
Or
about.
certain episodes.
Yeah, so we've been like kicking this around for maybe like a month or two now. Right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I came across a Twitter account that like is already set up.
Well, we don't have to talk about somebody else. I mean,
Well,
we
you
could.
know,
Well, I mean, but there's already a show that they already did their same thing, basically.
Yeah, so
You know,
that's-
it's a
that's
companion.
why-
It's a companion podcast.
That was the only thing that like has stopped us so far from like officially going through with it. But I think we've come
Yeah,
to
you know.
the decision that we.
And listen to
I
them.
think what's going to hit the
Sorry.
airwaves first is going to be all the fan service podcasts anyway. So I don't think we got to worry.
No, and I wasn't.
I'm not saying I'm worried about it at all. That's not
Yeah,
what I'm
it was
saying.
just about a thing where it's like it was a good point that it was like, well, if we're gonna do it, we should set it up now.
That's exactly.
It's a conversation that me and him had. It was like, well, it raised a good point because I probably should have had it set up already. Like the
Yeah.
base, the end stuff, the name, the account, the graphic, or whatever. But I've been waiting for fucking images so I can put a graphic together for it. Like, you know what I mean? And but now that the trailer is gonna actually air, I'm thinking that maybe that's a good way to start to do a 0 episode for it.
Yeah.
And we'll break down the trailer and our speculation moving forward, and shoot this shit for like a half an hour real quick, and just make it like an intro episode, and then in May when the show actually kicks off,
Then we'll be able to start with a
we'll be able to start.
full
So
length episode.
so this also goes back to what we've been saying for a long time, is that warning people that the show is coming. If you're listening to this show all the time, go get the fucking books and start reading now, because kind of like Game of Thrones or Walking Dead.
If it's anything like either one of those shows, you're gonna probably want to read the book.
Here's a place to here's a show or something to jump in. Jump in now if you don't want to be left
We can't
behind.
we can't speak for the show yet because we haven't seen it. Obviously, we can't tell you that it's going to be as good as the book.
I guarantee you, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I can't tell you it's
I
going to be as
guarantee
good as The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones.
I guarantee
but
it.
if it is, you'll probably chances are you're going to want to
You
read it.
guarantee?
I guarantee.
Guarantee.
Put a little garlic, a little butter.
Okay,
That's
Jones
good.
fries.
That's good crawfish right there.
Guarantee.
Eat the shell and everything. All right. Enough of that. So Ed's got some news, though. Ed's been putting together the news for us. Bob, you got a little Morse code kind of sound effect. It's better than it was last couple of weeks.
I think it was.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So,
it's not too bad.
I don't know if we call it news.
All right, we got
yeah,
something
just get some topics. to
Okay,
discuss.
topics. Well,
Yeah.
what do you got, Ed? You got topics in the bucket? What do you got?
Anyone remember? Anyone here like the Alien movies?
The
Yeah,
first couple?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
A
A little bit.
yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Neil Blomkamp.
Yes.
Has been
Yes.
developing a 5th Alien movie.
Mm,
Director of District 9
right,
and Elysium.
right.
Chappie.
Chappie.
Mhm.
Which I heard
Yeah.
wasn't. That
That's a
good.
mixed. I
Yeah,
feel
not
like
so
it's getting mixed.
I didn't see it, so I don't really.
I
know.
saw a little bit of it.
After the third time you remake District 9, it's like,
Yeah.
And you also really gotta like Diane's Wood. You gotta like the.
He
You gotta
loves
like that
South
musical
Africa,
group.
Well,
yeah, well, that's his thing,
He's been developing a 5th Alien movie.
gonna
Some
take place in
he's
South
been
Africa.
releasing concept
Right.
art. And
So what happened with him with the concept art is that like he was gonna make it. They made some concept art. Then they told him no, we're not gonna make it. Then he put the concept art, and they got some people excited. And then they were like, okay, I guess we'll make it now. And so
Yeah.
now they put him on hold
Yes,
because
because they're waiting for the sequel to Prometheus to come out.
right.
That's a good idea.
Well, see,
Yeah.
Ridley Scott,
First one was pretty good.
guy
Good,
directed.
but
I
not
thought it
great.
was slow.
It was a little bit.
Mhm. Ridley Scott directed the first Alien.
Yeah.
Just did The Martian, so that guy can do whatever he wants right now.
Well, basically, yeah, that's what it comes down
and
to.
he wants to make another.
And who's got
Prometheus
the? And what company is this though?
movie.
Because
This is
20th
Fox.
century. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, hey, if it's a
Mhm.
franchise, they're always looking for a way to keep it alive. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Well, it's also well. Do you know what the sequel to the Prometheus, the title to the Prometheus sequel is?
It's Alien.
Promethei.
It's Alien:
Yeah.
Paradise Lost.
Oh, okay, right.
So
did see that.
it's
Well,
a
that-
sequel to
Supposedly,
Prometheus.
Prometheus is like a sequel to Alien, right?
it's a
Prequel.
prequel-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a
So this is gonna bridge it a little bit.
Well, the
Or
title.
will it be like a bridge, but it's
Well,
all
it was-
so fucking vague that like
Well,
no
yeah.
one,
Well, 'cause
like you can plausibly deny anything because that's how they've been doing all these movies now. You can just plausibly deny any of it.
Well, it's funny because you hear him, Ridley Scott, in interviews, and every time he says something, he changes his story. So it's like, well, this would be the bridge between Prometheus and Alien.
Right.
This is going to answer all the questions that we were supposed to answer in
Right,
Prometheus. But it actually won't get to Alien until Prometheus 3 or 4. So I don't know what
it's
that
like-
means.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Well, the original, because I have it, the original script for Prometheus, well, it wasn't called Prometheus, it was
Right,
called
no, I know.
Alien: Engineers or
Right,
something
right,
like
right,
that. So, but it reads, I mean...
Well, that's what I heard. I heard the original draft on the script is better, and I heard the second draft wasn't that bad. And then even like they bring in Damon, and Damon,
Damon
my friend Damon. I don't know if you guys know that. He was at the house last week for scones.
Talk about Damon Wayans, Matt Damon.
See, I should have. You're right, Ed. I should have used the last name. He
Damon.
gets because there's two Damons in my life. There's Damon Lindelof and there's Damon Wayans, and you have to say Damon.
I confuse the
Don't
two all
forget
the
Matt
time.
Damon.
That's fucking 3. I can't keep track of all these Damons in my life.
You know what? If the two of them got together and had a baby, the baby's name would be Damon.
Damon, and then he'd grow up to be the Dayman, fighter of the night.
Neither of the night, man, that's right.
I was waiting for someone. I knew there was 5 guys here. I knew somebody else was going to get this.
Sam Raimi is waiting for that
It's
franchise.
Always
to
Sunny
come
reference.
On how
Anyway.
it would be the demon Damon.
Anyway, I digressed so much. I took all of you with me. You each digressed along with me. Thank you, though. I
And then we
appreciate
pulled
it.
you down further, yes.
So anyway, we're gonna have to wait longer for Neil Blomkamp's Alien
Yeah,
movie because
I'm
Ridley
really
Scott's
not.
Alien.
Yeah,
movie.
but is anybody like brokenhearted about it? At this point, it's like okay.
I mean, how many more movies do you need with the number 7 at the end?
Well, yeah,
If you count Prometheus in it and leave the Alien versus Predators out,
Right.
you're like 5, right?
If you can't
Aliens,
Yes.
Alien Cubed,
Mhm.
Alien
Resurrection.
Resurrection.
But wait, it's cubed. How many is that?
That's Alien times Alien times Alien.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot. It's a lot. Whatever it is, it's too many. Well, and pound for pound, not enough good ones.
Yeah, I was done with Aliens around 3.
Speaking of done with aliens, what do you got next, Ed?
Let's see.
No offense to anybody, but let's move it along.
All right. Let's go with something a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, please. No, that wasn't your fault. You didn't write it.
Did anyone watch Supergirl on Monday?
I did not.
I did.
But I keep getting
have
mixed
seen
buzz.
the
I keep getting decent buzz from people, so I'm thinking maybe I should have.
Yeah, I saw the pilot like in June.
Yeah, me too.
I enjoyed it. I
Okay.
like the direction it's heading
Well,
in.
yeah, it wasn't bad. I think
Mm-hmm.
it was what it's meant to be, which is it's supposed to be a little bit of girl powery.
Yeah.
Because it's got to appeal to the tweens.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it-
it's girl.
you know,
It's
yeah,
it's
it's a
obviously very
girl-centric
female
show,
centric,
so-
so it's got that. And
Yeah.
if
I think it
It
shares
doesn't get preachy.
it shares a
Okay.
similar sensibility to the Flash.
okay, all right.
The
all
same
right.
company,
Yeah,
so it
yeah.
makes sense. you
But there's a
know.
certain lightness to it. It's not obviously there's a certain lightness to it.
Yeah.
It's not
And it's
Oliver Queen.
It's fun to see how deep DC's mythology
Tom,
really
give me a look.
is. To see how they're digging into it.
I agree.
Mhm.
I mean, I mean, I saw the episode. I liked it. Don't get me wrong, but I know that all the DC shows have this like certain amount of corniness to them. I know that it's just like inherent with like comic book shit.
right.
But I feel like I felt it more in Supergirl than I did
Is that
in like
because
the
maybe
early
it's-
Flash stuff. And I said this to Bill the other day. I don't know if that was because it was like a girl character. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know if that was what it really was, or
Well-
if it was just the show itself. I couldn't really tell.
Well,
So that's why I was trying to get the opinion of a few other people who saw it.
Well, it is weird because the first 10 minutes feels like Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is exactly what they
Right.
were going for.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's like you couldn't avoid it if you tried to because it's just modern era and by the nature of where she works, it's a female dominant kind of fucking business. This
Well, no, she
particular
works
model.
in.
No, I'm saying she works at a newspaper.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm saying, she's got a female boss. I'm just saying her particular workplace, not that business. I misspoke. That business, not the
Gotcha.
industry per se.
And so since this show is on CBS and not CW,
That was
they've
an-
got to go for a wider audience.
Well, that's the other thing I was going to say is too is like every network tends to kind of have their own feel. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can tell an NBC show from an ABC show just even if you didn't know what they were.
Right.
Like just by the way it's filmed, or the amount of the way the lighting is handled, or something
Absolutely.
like that. There's a
Well,
certain
a lot of times they use the same sets. I mean, when they flipped over, Arrow is,
Yeah.
is Smallville, all the same sets, different glass.
it's a lot of that kind of
Exact same-
stuff,
yeah.
and it's and CBS shows. I don't know if they shoot them all with the same freaking filter, or if it's all the same Vaseline lens. But they all have this very similar kind of tone where it's almost slightly hazy, like every show. I don't know. But it could have been part of that. That you could just feel that it's a CBS show, and CBS shows are just, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I think you can also tell, too, that the network, this is their first superhero show. And so they're like, all right, well, what works for us? NCIS. So let's do NCIS Supergirl.
And that's- yeah,
and
that-
you're
that
like,
was-
okay, show's fine. Oh, and there's the team. And the
Yeah,
team's going
and
to
this
solve
was
it
the
every
thing.
week, And
this
they're-
was the thing I pointed out, too. I was like, every one of these shows now, even if it's not a fucking NCIS, but there is a team. Like, Flash isn't NCIS, but there is a team. Like, you know what I mean?
Sometimes it feels like
Arrow
NCIS.
shouldn't be a
But-
fucking team, but it is a fucking
But
team.
it is, right.
You know
But
what I
it's,
mean?
and it's with something like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they're a group, they're an organization.
They're a fucking team.
Right, that is a team.
From the
Makes
jump,
sense.
it's like team.a, how do you spell?
The
T.E. like that should be their anagram or
Yeah.
an acronym.
But Arrow is
I'm
about
just using wrong
Arrow
words
is
on
about
purpose.
Arrow, and Flash is about the Flash. But
Right.
they have a whole
Yeah.
gang. Because I guess there's only so many monologues you can do.
No, I get it too. Like it's a TV show. There is an ensemble, so it makes it easier in the writers' room to say everybody's just tied into that guy's life, and
Well,
they're
also
all
just, like-
spun out of it, but they're all core. Like, you know what I mean? There's nobody. It's not like it's not like on Buffy when Buffy used to go and do her shit, and then would go home to mom, and then like lie to her mom or
Right.
whatever, or deal with mom and life. It wasn't like mom was in on it. Like, like if fucking someone's dad is going to show up. That's why I'm waiting for on Flash, is for fucking his dad to come back into town and be like, well, I'm a regular now, so I'm in the circle. I'm going to be at Star Labs every week. I'll mop. I'm not a science guy, but I'll sweep or something.
Right.
And it's also with a comic book.
Yeah.
You could just show 4 or 5 pages of a guy beating people up, and everyone will accept it.
Yeah.
In a TV show,
Yeah.
he's got to have someone to talk to.
No, don't get me wrong.
and work everything out. So I think
Sure.
that's
I
kinda-
mean, and don't get me wrong. The problem is, it's just that I think it's just gotten comfortable for a lot of these shows
Yeah.
to say, the one thing that they can do is just make it like everybody just hangs out at the fucking base at Camp Batman. You know what I mean? Like if they did a Batman show, he would have to have all fucking 25 fucking Robins because he needs an ensemble cast to be around. It can't just be Bruce and Alfred. I'm telling you that right now. If they started a Batman show, it wouldn't just be Bruce and Alfred in the cave. There'd be 7 other former partners and, who knows what, chilling, like trying to figure out the case.
Batgirl, Robin, his latest love interest. They'd all be
Nightwing,
Yeah.
Red Robin.
Yeah, I, was
I
gonna
thought
say,
those
to
were
de-
his
to
love
defend
interests.
that though. Like
Right.
a lot of the recent Batman shit in the comics, like every time he's in the cave, like he's got his team with him. I don't know if you guys.
No, but that's kind of like what I was getting at too.
Yeah,
like
he's got
he's got that
Damian,
going on.
He's got
Yeah. He doesn't solve
Nightwing.
anything by himself anymore.
He's got the dog,
The dog, he's got
Titus.
Titus. I was gonna say Max the
I
Wonder
haven't
Hound.
seen him pop up recently, but
Yeah.
for a while he was around.
The mothership is calling us. Can you hear it? I'm trying to figure out where the buzz is coming from.
It's getting worse.
Yeah.
We'll return after these messages.
Daylight. Yeah, I like that.
Dayman.
Dayman.
Fighter of the night, man. Champion of the sun. You're a master of karate.
And friendship for everyone.
A dayman, that's it.
Dayman. Oh.
Fighter of the night, man.
Oh.
Champion of the sun. Oh. You're a master of karate and friendship for everyone. Dayman.
Dayman.
Oh.
Nice, we'll get the...
Fighter of the night, man. Oh. Champion of the sun.
It wasn't that good.
All right, we're back. Spoiler alert: B.D. Wong is in the dinosaur movie that came out this year. Dinos Attack. Dino Park. What was it?
Paleolithic Park.
Jurassic World.
Yeah, and it only came up because he's B.D. Wong is going to join Gotham, and we were talking about that while the mics were off, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen B.D. Wong in a while since the dinner party," and
Well, they killed him off on SVU, and then.
Yeah, that's right.
And I remember when they stabbed him, he had been on the show for so long, and not even like that wasn't even.
I'm like, who's going to talk to the kids now?
But he wasn't even a super important character, which is what always made me laugh.
Yeah.
But when they killed him, I'm like, well, he's obviously he's not going to be dead because no one would care.
Yeah,
and then he just didn't come back, and they're like, oh, we lost somebody. I'm like, did we though?
I never really thought he was a character. I just thought he was like a figment of Olivia Benson's imagination.
Well, that's the thing. He could still be. I mean,
he's like the Snuffleupagus of that show.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the buzz. Oh, yep. Bob fixed it.
Nobody touch it.
Bob's technician.
Just hit it with a stick.
Just hit it with a stick until it stops.
So, Ed, what do you got, man?
So,
What else
Ed
you got there
got a
on
little
your,
bit more.
on your big old list.
Well, there was a show that I know you guys discussed earlier this year called The Brink.
Yes.
Starred Jack Black and Tim Robbins. And HBO announced that... they'd renewed it for a second season a few months ago. And they just announced this week that it's been canceled.
That show was funny as hell, man.
I fucking love that show.
I can see it not getting an audience, but it was good, man. I can see why it wouldn't get a following, but it was good. What's the matter?
I thought it was...
You lost it? You're dead?
I still got it, though. Maybe it's just you.
Yeah. It's the connect. Well, you know.
I can't hear nothing.
No, well, as long as you're getting close to the mic like that, you'll be all right. I mean, it's...
Wait.
All right, so...
I'm working here fine now. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, yeah, The Break, man. They canceled it. And just...
HBO canceled stuff. Who thought?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. When you say The Brink, the only scene I can remember is the scene when they're in the hangar and he's just had the catheter put in and she's standing there holding the freaking bag as he's peeing.
Tim Robbins should have fucking gotten an award for that. Man.
That was the best. I loved that show.
It actually,
like that was like one of like those shows during like this last TV season that like during the week you look forward to it. It's like
it might have been too expensive for
the fucking break.
It might have been too expensive for its budget, like for what HBO was willing to spend on a half hour.
It looked like it was all
fucking
fucking
Robbins. You got a lot of high end people.
No. I mean,
don't get me wrong. It's not like they're filming it actually on locations either, like internationally.
That's what I was
But
gonna say.
you still have a lot of.
There were a lot of special
running a
effects shots
rundown. There's a lot of green screens, a lot of insert stuff. There's a lot of that kind of shit going on.
All the jet planes flying and dropping bombs.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. Remember how the season ended with like the terrorist group getting a nuke? They were probably just like, oh wait, we don't have the budget to fucking show a nuke going off next season, so we just have to cancel the show now.
Yeah, they could have just.
They weren't too worried
black
about
and white footage ones, and we would have been fine.
I was gonna say they weren't too worried about stock footage. They used a good amount of stock footage too. Yeah. But I just mean like in generally speaking, like the more elaborate your scripts are, it becomes a nuisance, and it doesn't really like it's a huge financial burden, but to some degree, I mean you still have to figure out and spend money on making it look kind of like it's Bangladesh. You got to get decorations for the mall down the street. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
In California, and they got the desert. There you go, Bangladesh.
And you get some big movie stars in that show. Working around schedules for that.
No, it's a lot of that too.
They filmed MASH in the woods behind the set for like 30 years over.
Well, you know what it is too for HBO. Like HBO doesn't even measure TV shows really in ratings. A lot of the stuff that comes out talking about HBO is that HBO actually measures in cultural impact. So they measure all those kinds of metrics of people are talking about it, how many hits we're getting on sites, how much of it is going to drive, because that's their thing. Like, ratings don't matter to them because they're just trying to drive you to subscribe. So like actual numbers, because numbers only really matter to advertisers. And since they don't have advertisers, their whole opinion is looking at it as like, is anybody talking about it? Like, you know what I mean? So
it's very true. That's why with other shows get pirated, they're pissed off. Game of Thrones, like the finale of Game of Thrones, one of them was the most pirated thing of the year, and that was a big win for them because the people that aren't paying to see the show were never going to pay to see the show. But you can't pirate a shirt. But you have to buy the shirt, and you buy a Game of Thrones shirt, and you buy it from them. So
and it's so big, it perpetuates itself. Like, so it's like, okay, fine. Like, you know what I mean? Put it out there. That guy, because it's so big, it's like, well, all right, that means that many more people are talking about it. They're going to talk about it. They're going to drive us more subscriptions. It's such a big number that it becomes to a point where it's worth it. Or you have to just ignore it. Like, you know what I mean? When it's at some medium kind of number, it's like, well, I don't know if I like that. That's kind of fighting into our strategy. But, so I guess, Jack Black and the gang, we weren't talking about it enough. That's what it comes down to. We got them fired.
You specifically got them fired.
We were talking about it at work, though. That's for sure.
We were talking about it on here. We talked about it here a few times, a few episodes.
Yeah, but we weren't talking about it online, evidently.
Yeah.
All right.
I should have got on the Twitter.
So, yeah.
My big 400 followers would have really put it over the top.
Now,
hey, you never know. Listen, hey, what happened with the 24-hour podcast? All of a sudden, in the middle of the night, you guys
one of the writers
on friggin' Twitter.
Well, one of the writers actually does follow. But what does that mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's Twitter. It's like he'd have to actually be like, that guy Bill. I'm going to actually go check out his account, see what he's been up to lately. There's no there's no, you know what I mean? When's he going to stumble across something?
The podcast was trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
It actually was trending on Twitter. So I mean,
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
All I know is that it was trending on Twitter. There was somebody else using that at the same time we were, but they weren't getting traction. So what I'm thinking is that one of the reasons it became a trending item is because it ended up being geographic enough spread out. Like it wasn't locality. Like, you know, it wasn't like just in New York City or just in the Northeast.
Right.
Like they had some kind of activity going.
You weren't getting a pool of people in one spot.
Right,
you were getting enough people throughout.
Right. Because when I looked it up,
and also a lot of the people who are following the podcast are from a lot of different places in the States.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like a lot of the people, you got people from Michigan, you got people from New York, you got people from Pennsylvania. Right. Like I know Adrian Palmer's from Pittsburgh or whatever. Right? So,
don't forget Canada, eh?
Okay, people from Canada also. So
Doug, there's Doug. That one guy, Doug, was supposed to be there, but he couldn't be there.
Well,
all right.
He didn't make it.
If you don't mind, Bill.
Well, I probably will with a setup like that.
I would like to break decorum for a second and go back to Ed Mails. Just one specific Ed Mail that I think will lead us into the next phase of the show.
Let's do it.
Next phase
of this episode.
Anything to get us into the next phase of the show.
Did you fill out the proper paperwork? Decorum, breaking decorum. Breaking decorum's not. It's a whole.
I sent the letter in triplicate to your secretary.
Now, did you send the pink copy to the right office and the yellow copy to the correct office?
I will tell you the subject heading for this email was "This is not a question."
Okay, because if there turns out to be a question, then that's false advertising.
Actually, Sagan, would you like to read this for the audience?
Nope.
Okay.
Gentlemen, I don't blame him.
I respect
you read it? You
the devil said no.
I think you should know that I just heard your discussion on The Flash from episode 22. At this moment, I want to fight Dom.
Uh-oh. You got called out, son.
Oh, shit.
Do you care enough to find out why, or you just want to punch him in the face?
I do.
Okay. Some guys will just fucking knock you out for just saying that's enough for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You were ragging on the season premiere. You were ragging on the season premiere of The Flash, and I gotta say, them were fighting words. I was about ready to throw down and go at
it. Really?
Damn.
Well, I mean, I gotta be honest with you, man. It was
now I'm gonna give you a chance to defend yourself. There were 2 more episodes that have come out since you made those comments.
Right.
Have you changed your mind at all?
I have changed my mind, but not dramatically. Like, I'm still disappointed in the show.
Let's do this. And how do you feel about the season so far? Because, I mean, I'll get into it too, but
I gotta tell you, I was an avid DC Comics reader for years.
Right.
I love the whole idea of a multiverse.
So do I.
I am just diving headfirst into this.
Sure.
I like the way they're handling it. And you got to understand with the season premiere, I think some of the comments that you were making, you were just, they're getting rid of Barry's father, and he's going to come back in the middle of the season, and that's just the kind of thing that a season premiere is supposed to do. It's got to wrap up the loose ends that you had from your finale, and you've got to set up the new equilibrium for the rest of the season. You can't judge it the same way you would an episode in the middle of the season.
No. I agree with that, and I probably was making some accusations that, looking back on it or going forward, they'll probably prove me wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. I hope the show turns out to be as good as it was and even better than last season. But specifically with the thing with Barry's dad, until we find out why because I'm sure that there is a meaning Like, you know, there's a meaning behind why he went away.
Just cut and run.
You know what I mean? But
the meaning is they don't want to pay that actor for that.
No, yeah, basically.
Well, you know, what I'm trying to say is if there's a meaning behind the character disappearing for a certain amount of time,
if they can make a story element out of that,
right? Then I'll be happy with it. But if not, I just think it was rushed and it just didn't really make sense.
They should have ate the bullet. They should have fucking paid the guy.
The issue for Don isn't what they did. It's just like
just how they
in the sense of how they tied things up and set things up for the new season is like how they did it. That was a problem for me too.
Yeah, right.
You know, I didn't like. I wanted to come back and see the black hole and see him deal with it, and then but we come back at 6 months later. You know?
Well, the thing with that's a thing. You know, they I'm going to throw out a fancy word here now is non-linear storytelling.
But then you have to come back to the linear that you skipped over.
And you know, and they did that. I think if you look at this,
I'm giving you a chance here, Ed.
If you look at this premiere,
you're fucking struggling, but go for it.
It had a very similar narrative structure to the season premiere of Walking Dead this season. Where you know you start in the middle of the action, you start 6 months later, and then slowly we flash back over the course of the episode to fill in the blanks.
Yeah, but Walking Dead's not waiting around. Flash is waiting around, and Flash is actually moving pretty further, just firmly ahead too. Like they jumped a little bit back in that episode, but
then they jump right forward again.
But here's the thing too, like I feel like, you know what, if they did give me all that shit, I'd probably be more angry because a lot of that shit that they alluded to was fucking filler anyway. Like, you want to be, like, to be honest with you, like, what would we have ended up seeing? Like, 6 months of Barry sulking and telling his friends not to come around?
You don't need to see that.
You know, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Barry be all bent up about it still 6 months later, though, when we come back from a 6 month, like, period where, like, oh, for all these months you've been upset, like, you know what I mean? And then you won't, like, it was very teenage, like 14-year-old kind of behavior from a guy who's supposed to be like, you know, 20, if not older, like, you know what I mean?
And that's also a CW aspect of the show.
Well, absolutely, absolutely.
That's exactly what I was
saying. And you know what? Fair enough on that. It is very, you know, they have to have this kind of like, oh, I'm down for a moment here, bring me up, talk to me, talk me through it, lift me up, my pals, my friends, and then at the end we're all.
I used to say that about Arrow too. Like, it's weird because the show's on the CW. One of the requirements is that everyone has to be pretty.
Yeah, well, you know, that's TV in a nutshell too, but extremely good looking on that show.
I don't think she's pretty at all.
Well, I think she's pretty. I just, you know, I think
Bob thinks the glasses. That is an amazing transformation.
Yeah.
The second Felicity takes off those glasses, she's a bombshell.
Right. Weird. But I think with the thing with Flash, though, generally speaking, is that we definitely had high hopes, and we wrote it out of that season one. Like that was a great like season one for a TV show, especially a comic book kind of based TV show, to keep it all spinning, keep it all going, and no real clunker episodes. There's a couple like moments and scenes and shit like that, sure, because nothing's 100%. But by the end of that season, that it's like, well, this is pretty damn good, and you end up on a high note.
The thing for me, and I think Bill could agree with this also, is that like last year they had the storyline with the Reverse Flash and Harrison Wells. And they developed it so well, like over the course of the whole season, and it just felt like it was moving, like it just moved smoothly, and like he said, like there just wasn't really like any filler episodes where like you would always get something about the Reverse Flash, and you'd always find out something about the mystery of the show that like you were itching to find out about,
right?
Whether if it was in the middle of the episode or at the end of the episode, and we just expected this season to come out of the gate the exact same way because it's the second season, and I expected the first episode to include Zoom in it, maybe at the very least.
Well, you also got to figure, aside from his role as a villain, Harrison Wells filled a very particular spot in that show, and they needed time to fill that gap. And
right.
Dr. Stein, was that guy, and it looks like now Jay Garrick's going to fill that role. Sort of.
Right.
Yeah, but part of the problem is that they finished up a story arc, and now they have to start a new one. And part of what they're doing is they're trying to reintroduce Harrison Wells now, because as we've seen, all of us have seen the last couple episodes. So,
spoiler.
Well, anyone who hasn't watched,
well, it's true. It is
well,
true.
Moving forward, we're gonna just talk about Walking Dead and Flash at this point. So, if you're not up to date, just abandon ship. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, all right. So,
but point being that they're bringing back Harrison Wells,
right,
to a degree,
right. So they got to build that storyline,
yeah,
and that's going to take a few episodes. So what are we going to get? We're going to get some stuff that's a little more comic booky and fillerish because they got to drag that out a little bit.
I really feel like, if anything, like this season's just moving a little slower. It took them a little longer to get to where they're getting at now, which is where, like, right now, I feel like this is where the season should have started, storylines-wise. And a couple of things, you know what I mean? They could have made the whole by wiping away and saying it was 6 months ago with the whole thing in the rift in the sky. It makes it anticlimactic. Mm-hmm. It makes it like we did like you guys built this all up. You made a cliffhanger out of it just for it to be something that we don't even see get resolved, really. Right. We get one scene. Granted, it's the only scene that really matters. It's how they close the fucking thing. But then you tell me for 6 months, like, we've been dealing with some stuff. So it's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to make out of it. Granted, I'll put it to the side.
Regardless of,
but if they'd I mean, because like 6 months, that theoretically could have been a whole season.
Absolutely.
That would have been, I feel like, given that time jump, giving it that little bit of a breather, I think that's something that you need. And also, one of the knocks that I would have about last season is I felt like there was at least once in every episode, usually twice, where Barry would go to someone not knowing what to do and have a heart-to-heart with them.
Oh, yeah. Barry getting the lesson, it was like, it was so annoying.
That's like one of the biggest things for me that like turns me off from the show at times. It's like, because, he's not terrible, Grant Gustin, but
I feel like there hasn't been as much of that this season.
No, there really hasn't. They've really probably realized, all right, he can't go to Joe every fucking time he's unsure or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But every time Joe's got to have a talk with him, it feels like one of those scenes because I'm so used to those scenes. Like him and Joe could be talking about going shopping for the house, and it would be like, Barry would really need toilet paper, and I feel like maybe you shouldn't wipe as much, maybe you're using too much, maybe just roll it around your hand once or twice, and that's about it. Making a big ball is not good.
Yeah, maybe what they were doing though, at least in the beginning, and this is just something that crossed my mind now, is he's a more seasoned actor than everybody else on the show, so maybe. Yeah. They were for those emotional kind of things. They were going to kind of lean on him, not just.
They lean on him and Harrison Wells'
because of his acting skills to like bring everybody else up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's not even.
So they're writing it,
and he doesn't get a chance to flex any of it, though. Harrison Wells, the guy who plays Harrison Wells, the only guy that gets to fucking flex a little bit on that show.
He was the best actor on the show last year. I mean, but regardless,
he's a good actor. He's been
and they both I can't remember his name, Joe's real name, the actor's real name.
I'm freezing on it too.
Jesse L. Morton.
Jesse. Yes. And Jesse's great too. I think, you probably don't get to see enough of him actually act even on Law and Orders or whatever the fuck it was.
Right, yeah.
But you were going to say something, though.
No, I was just going to say, regardless of, the negative comments we've made about the show so far, we have to realize that it's very early on in the season. And
looking back, I think, obviously it's the pacing.
It'll get better. I love the show, and I'm going to watch it no matter what. But,
he's fucking done. Don't listen to that. He gave up. He fucking burnt all his Flash toys. He burned his Flash.
I wish I had Flash toys to burn.
Now the last 30 seconds of the last episode.
Okay. All right. So.
All right. Yes.
Now, the episode's pretty much like a wrap. It's all kind of like Barry's. I mean, what are we getting to two different things? Maybe
I wanted to get a little comment from Steve.
I'm not caught up. No, I'm not caught up on the Flash at all.
Steve, do you have a television?
I do.
All right. Okay. Just want to make sure of that.
Because he was following the conversation. Like, I thought you watched it.
No, I saw a part of the last season, but I'm not caught up.
He's not caught up.
Sorry that we spoiled the whole fucking thing for you.
No, I didn't say anything that...
Everybody dies. Barry's got a crack problem now. Don't worry about it. It's not that big a deal.
We all have a crack problem.
I mean, the problem is it's just never enough.
Yeah, he's trying to tap into that Speed Force more and more. He
just
needs that crack to get that boost, to give him that edge.
There you go.
He's got that meth force coming now.
He's a crack enthusiast.
He's a fan. He's a fan. Aficionado.
Big fan.
Big. So the episode is almost over. Barry kind of like, runs to go curve on fucking Spivak from the window.
Patty Spivak?
Patty Spivak.
You've been spending too much time in the Midwest, bro.
Yeah,
Fucking Spivak.
Who I think is so much better for him than Iris. I just say, of the love interest that Barry Allen has had, I think Iris is the worst.
Oh, obviously, and that's why she's
Linda Park so much.
Well, it's all half dozen of another because I'm not buying this new girl either. Really,
yeah, she's too goofy. She's too clumsy.
It's a little bit forced too. I feel like I feel like Barry didn't even know until Joe said, "Well, you're making cookie eyes with her." And Barry's like, "I guess I am." I guess I am. I guess I do
Joe,
like her.
Must be because you're my dad.
Isn't Barry Allen's current girlfriend in the comics named Patty?
I don't know.
I wish I read the Current Flash title.
It could
but
be Steve or Lou or Gary. I wouldn't know. Not you, Steve. I just
Could be me.
It could be. Why not? You're a dashing fellow.
But so there was like some like serious. Like,
no. Thank you for bringing us back on track.
There was like some serious,
Yeah, although it got real serious at the end.
Computer.
This is some
computer touch-ups.
Tomfoolery.
Yeah.
Some shenanigans.
At the end of this episode.
So fucking Shark Man, is that his
King
literal
Shark.
King Shark shows up. I liked it. Mostly, I mean, it's goofy as fuck. Obviously, I liked the reveal because it was sudden, it was spontaneous, and it was so over the top that I had to laugh at it.
I thought it was cool because of like how they like first like opening of the show, like, of the episode, like the first conversation is about like Patty saying like, oh, there was like supposedly some walking shark man seen in Central City.
And I didn't even remember that.
Like that.
No, the second I heard that, I'm like, oh, it didn't
tested the
Shark.
DNA and everything. And it was like, oh, it's human.
And I didn't even catch that. I mean, if I heard them mentioning it, I would have realized something's coming. Even if I didn't.
Expected it, but I didn't realize that they were really going to deal with it.
We're getting King Shark.
I was waiting for that to be something that just never showed up, and it was something that was going to be like all season, like, oh, someone else saw the Sharkman, someone else,
Right.
I can't wait for the end of this episode after Barry beats him. Argus catches him, and he joins the Suicide Squad.
I'm telling you right now, if we see more of him, I'm going to have a problem. Because I felt like it worked because it was just this spontaneous moment where like, oh shit, here's just something crazy over the top, but boom, like he's dead, he's not an issue. Okay, we can move along. It was like a joke. It was kind of like let's play it for a punch, or just to kind of like show like how crazy you could get now that there's a wormhole thing, Swiss cheese guy is going on. You know what I mean?
Like,
but
in an age where DC,
he is 9 fucking feet tall at least, and looks exactly.
Yep.
Like he does in the comics.
Yes.
It was actually pretty, like, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I thought the CG on it was decent. I mean, thank God it was at night, but, hey, that's most CG. And then fucking, it held up pretty good, I thought. I got mixed from other people that we run into at work that, watch it, and they're like, oh, bro, it looks horrible. And I'm like, at first
glance, like, when I watched the episode, I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, I thought it was horrible. And then, like, the next day, someone posted an article, like with, like, close up images of the character, like, and explaining, that it was actually pretty impressive for the type of show that it is.
Yeah.
So now after that, I like it a little bit better, I guess, but
also in an age where DC for so long has been so timid with its movies about how be grounded and realistic.
Well,
this show to just go balls out and say, here is a shark man. Deal with it.
It's that hole in the sky is going to give them every out that they've ever wanted to do something.
Dude, and
goofy.
that's like a problem.
And that's why all
the season, like,
and that's why all the villains are going to start looking more and more goofy and ridiculous. They're going to be more costumey, and I mean, it might be a good-looking costume, but it's going to be more like because you can just write it off as it's
Wormhole,
Earth. It's Earth too. They're just a little goofier there. Things are just a little nuttier.
Yeah, but if they start doing that, then how fast are they going to actually jump the shark?
Well, some will say they did it this week. You know what I mean? But
you can't jump that shark. He's like 15 feet tall.
Well, I'm sure this is the conversation they had in the writers' room. You know what I mean? This is our, jumping the shark moment and forcing it. You know what I mean?
I totally took it as it was going to be a one-time thing.
What you watching over there, boy?
I'm watching. I want to see what the shark looks like.
All right, he's doing research. That's good. I like that.
What? Are you kidding?
I think that looks damn realistic.
I mean, it looks realistic.
I know, conceptually, not how it looks.
It's ridiculous because the
It's so over
design
the
is
top.
just ridiculous because it's just the concept of a shark man.
I think exactly. I think
it's
we
ridiculous.
were pushing it. We were
but
pushing. Oh, excuse me. Guess.
That's the whole character when he was originally created in the comics. That was the whole point.
But we were pushing it with Garad,
Yeah.
Garad,
Which I thought looked great.
Which looked great, but I mean, conceptually, because this is still the world that Arrow founded in a way where even though I don't watch a lot of Arrow, I find that that's like my benchmark of the reality. And so granted, I know that's now we have the Swiss cheese guy, and that's where all the goofy shit's going to fall out of.
It's weird.
But does that mean that it's all going to be on the Flash show, and then everything else gets goofy as a result?
No, but shit's getting goofy on Arrow also. Like, that's another problem that I have with this whole joint.
Well, let's fold it in because Ed
universe.
watches Arrow.
Yeah,
and I'm out the loop, but I'm aware.
There's one problem I have with the joint universe on the television shows, and it's just the fact that Arrow was a good, grounded TV show that did not. If you told some Joe Schmo off the street that Arrow is a DC comic character, they'd probably think you were fucking with them. But now, since he's been introduced to the Flash, everything's become so like.
It's gotten a little
silly
goofier.
at times. Not silly. I wouldn't say silly because it's still a good show. But it's just
feeling a little bit more comic book.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's also. I mean, the fact that he has about a half dozen sidekicks right now.
Yeah,
and they all have costumes now.
And how much crime are they really fighting? I feel like they're never fighting any crime. They're always going after like one guy in a suit. And the three of them are back at camp, fucking.
They're holding back on
makeup tips.
They're holding back on the crime fighting now.
Yeah, and Arrow does have a lot more soap opera factor. Than
and what were you saying, Don? That they're holding back, or they?
No, I was just gonna make a joke.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought it would have been a logical point in the show if, like, they were getting too well known out in the street, and it's like, okay, we can't be out.
Well, that would make too much sense.
I mean, that's the kind of shows I want. I want shows that are like reality.
But what I was just going to say was that they're holding back.
That he can't leave the camp.
They're holding back on the fighting now because later on this season they're gonna just bombard us with it. But
fair enough.
I don't know. It's just.
But so, I still enjoy the Flash.
Oh, yeah, we do too. Don't get me wrong.
I love the sensibility.
But you've been listening to this show. Yeah. We're hypercritical on everything that we. All the
course.
shit that we love, we're hypercritical. We'll destroy, we'll rip it up, but then we're still there next week. Like, I still don't know why I'm watching S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't even bring it up during the podcast because it's like, I got nothing great to say about it, but I'm still there. That's not even my fanboy allegiance.
After last episode of S.H.I.E.L.D., I don't think I need to see a scene with a blue filter on it ever again.
No, but that was like one of their best episodes because finally for once they did something creative.
Yeah, that was
And they're like, oh, here's a character who was like disappeared for a while. Here's an episode where we're just going to follow her and find out where she was. Instead of doing like some thing where I figured they would do, where it's like we're still going to have an A-B storyline, but we'll just follow her in the past with her little issue, and then we'll just see what's going on currently and bounce back and forth, like a lot of shows do with these kinds of things. But they actually devoted the whole episode to her being lost in this other dimension or whatever the fuck. And I thought that was cool, because they don't do shit like that. They don't really do anything creative with this storytelling format, which, like, they really freaking should, because if they realized what like how much they could spread out a fucking storyline by doing that kind of shit, a show like that would be eating it up because, like, it's a padded kind of show. Like, it feels like it's light and it's filled and it's, like we're stalling for time. Like, we have to get to, episode 8 before the next big thing happens. So let's just chase 6 fucking Egg McMuffins or MacGuffins, whatever you like to call them in your house.
I think those are always my favorite episodes of Walking Dead. Is where a character may have come back 2 episodes ago, and then we're going to spend a whole episode flashing back to where they've been since we saw them last.
Right. Which is how they set up this season, basically. Where I think now going into this week's episode, we're finally everybody's all kind of caught up. I think time-wise, like we've heard the horn go off 3 different times. So now I think the storylines are going to catch all up. So
no, I think.
Good segue, by the way.
I'm predicting that tomorrow's episode is going to be the Morgan, what the fuck happened for the last 2 years.
I think we're going to get a lot of that, but they can't close the door on the Glenn shit because they set that up as the world's worst fucking cliffhanger ever. So let's break this down.
You're caught up, right?
Steve?
Yeah. Well, I know what happened to Glenn. I'm not really caught up on Walking Dead, but I knew what happened to Glenn.
Yeah, right. So have you seen the part? Have you seen the scene at all? Okay, cool. No, I just don't want to know what you know. So, if you're fucking talking out your ass, I'm going to call you on it, that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
No, because like I said, I'm not caught up on the show.
Right. But
I did see
you couldn't avoid it, right? Yeah. I mean, this is just one of those things. So, who really thinks he's dead? Does anybody really think he's dead? Like dead. Like we can debate what happened story-wise, but does anybody really think he's dead?
I don't think he's dead only because of the fact that he didn't appear on the last episode of Talking Dead, and they didn't do a memorial for him at the end of the episode of Talking Dead.
I think he's dead.
See,
because I think that the writers are sadists and they want to string everyone along.
Right.
And when they reveal that he is dead, it is going to be so horrible.
I'll give you this though.
That's like the Search for Sophia kind of.
I was just going to say that. That would be he might not be dead like up to this episode that just appeared last week. Yeah, but he probably, in terms of like logic, he probably will. Yeah, eventually.
And that's
be
why
dead because of that.
That's why I think this week's episode is going to be the Morgan episode, and we still won't find out anything for another week.
Well, it's an hour and a half. This week's episode is an hour and a half, so I'm not taking an hour and a half for fucking Morgan. So you can shove that idea up your ass, okay? But it's a fair enough point that, like, because that's kind of like what I was thinking too, is that, like, this will be the episode maybe where he dies, but he's not dead at the end of that episode. They'll do some hokey fucking he gets out of it kind of thing.
But he's been bitten.
But he gets bit, and he's trying to get back to everybody, and maybe he kills himself in the process, or who knows what. Like, you know, this kind of a crazy fucking situation. But maybe that's why it's an hour and a half. But I really would love it if what you said happens, where the episode just starts and he's definitely fucking dead. Because so many people think that they got it all figured out right now. Like, even like I do. Like, you know, okay, he's going to pull himself onto the dumpster and fucking, he's got the flare gun still.
Nicholas fell on top of him, and those were the Nicholas's guts were the ones that were getting eaten.
Right, because that's
he's unscathed, pretty much. You know like,
which really he couldn't do anyway, because they go right for your arms and your feet anyhow.
Yeah, well, we've seen that happen before, though. I mean, there was one whole. I mean, I like how the zombie rules have changed. I mean, in the very beginning of the show, they just covered themselves in guts, and the zombies could care less. Like, by that logic, if they were just covered in guts always, they would be invisible.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Show. Well, it's a thing that replays in the comics, that if you do that, but it has to be rotten flesh. It has to be stinky. It has to, like, they know by smelling it that, like, you know, that you're not edible to them. Like, you know what I mean? So some people are theorizing, oh, because he's got this guy's blood all over him, he'll be all right. He'll be able to slink away somehow.
Right.
But it doesn't hold, because the blood's got to have a certain stink. It's got to have a certain fermentedness to it. You know, not to give it away completely, but later on in the comic, there's a group of people who actually start to use that to their advantage in a way. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a thing where it's like it's got to.
Well, I mean, it worked out for Michonne, too. I mean,
well, that's what I mean. She had the two of them.
And Rick and Glenn
covered themselves in the blood and the guts and, you know, the intestines.
I think that was like the first season.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, that's where everybody's intoning that from, is that, you know, that's so now he's covered in this blood, but to me that blood's too fresh. So chances are, you know, on The Talking Dead they had Damon Lindelof and what's her name from Community. And these two just ripped it right apart, and in 2 seconds they were like, well, he probably just pulled himself out of the dumpster. We could see that the dumpster was set up way too high. Damon was like basically calling out all this crap, like production-wise. Like, you left all the holes open, like, that are obvious looking back
at it. If they leave all those out and don't take them,
and he's still dead,
that's the kind of thing I would love, because the fans would really fucking just lose it.
Now, did they have an issue with the social media again? I don't know if they did.
Why? Because he's an Asian character and they killed him off or something like that? You mean?
No, I mean like when Beth died.
Did they spoil it before it happened?
Did they?
Oh, I'm sure, because of one coast versus the other coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that had to have happened.
Because when it happened with Beth, I know there was a lot of people who followed, and they were like, "Fuck you, Walking Dead social media." Like,
yeah, I mean, at this point now, the top 4 characters on that show, any of them go, it's going to be fucking. You should just not stay. You should just stay away from your social media if you know it's airing on the other coast until it airs on yours, man.
Yeah, I got Glenn ruined for, like, this episode of Glenn ruined for me, because I start every episode of every show I watch, like, you know, 15 or 20 minutes after the show starts. Like, so I set up the DVR so I can skip through all the commercials. And, like, I was just on Twitter.
It's like halfway through it, you probably saw these alerts coming through.
Yeah.
And mine got ruined by you, because I got an alert. I have notifications from you, so. So you retweeted something or whatever, it said Glenn dead or whatever, and I was like, fuck.
To be fair, I just texted Bill, have you seen Walking Dead? And I didn't get a response for 3 days.
Well, that's, you know.
However,
that's how upset I was.
One thing I will say, though, is it's not Game of Thrones, right? Game of Thrones, anything, even though we have the books, anything could happen. People die. Episode 2, episode 12. Right. I personally don't think that Glenn, I don't think he's dead.
I don't think so either.
Just because it's AMC, it's not. Like, it's, you know, like, they're going to kill somebody, they're going to kill him off mid-season finale, end of the show, whatever.
He's going to get a bigger send-off, which is why, don't get me wrong, like, I think he could die next week. Like, he could get out of it, and he's bit, and he gets the big send-off. Because he didn't get it last week, and that's what that show is known for doing. One way or another, like, you get a send-off episode.
The
storyline is somehow catered to you, or your storyline wraps up.
Right, or there's like, some moment where it's like, oh, well, maybe he's not such a bad guy, or you get to have Herschel. And
right, or you get to have a speech of some kind. You get to make one last impact.
Yeah, because Herschel and fucking Tyrese got, like, full episodes dedicated to them, so if Glenn, who's, like, you know, probably the third major character in the entire show. If he doesn't get,
it's the worst telegraphed bait and switch ever too, because like they didn't do any of that, but then they did do a scene where like suddenly he makes peace with his personal belongings or some shit when they're in.
Well, I mean, you do kind of follow him like a little bit in the episode because the
do.
episode opens up with him on the.
You
walkie,
get some stuff, but it's not like.
But it's not as much as you see with other characters.
Right.
You know, like even in like the Beth episode, like that whole like first half of that episode where she dies, like it's solely her and Daryl, like on their own, and then they meet up with everyone else, and then she gets killed in the hospital.
And she makes some big move. Like, her death is not in vain, like, kind of a thing. I mean, it is, but, I mean, it's like she makes a gesture, a move, like a thing like she would never have done before.
Yeah.
Like, she goes to shank that chick, and that's not like a Beth-type thing to do. She has a breaking point or whatever. There's always some kind of dramatic, you know, cathartic type thing that happens, even if it's in the moment or not, but it's in that episode. Like, they get this kind of character resolution of some kind, or some kind of fucking, you know, Xbox achievement kind of fucking thing.
Yeah, I would say the fan reaction to this episode is very similar to Jon Snow's death on Great Game of Thrones.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Where everyone's, you know, not believing.
Well, yeah, well, that's it. We're hoping
it's
for the
half
better.
not believing, and then it's half, you know, this
But the
not wanting
speculation,
to believe.
Yeah.
Well,
But that's a good show, though. That gets you. I mean, it gets people talking, right? I mean, with like with HBO, I mean, that's a lot of people I've spoken to who are all like, you know, with Jon Snow, and they're all like, oh well, it could be this, it could be that, it could be this, it could be that. Same thing with The Walking Dead. Like, there's a lot of you can look at it. And it's, you know, someone shot in the face. Is he dead? You know, whatever. You know,
right.
But it's not, you know, guts pulling out. You don't really see if he's dead. You know, you got somebody get stabbed a bunch of times, but there's a witch at the castle, and we know his blood's got magic. Like, you know, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's too many variables in a way. You know what I mean? And they try to play this close to the chest where, like, you don't, you know, as opposed to, like, with Walking Thrones, like that, because that's what was going to come out. So I said, fuck it, I'll just say it.
There's more zombies on there than there is in The Walking Dead sometimes.
Well, it's almost about the same. There's a couple of hordes. Well, my point being that, like, at least with that, like, you know, those outs are story ingrained, like, you know what I mean, the character ingrained. The only outs he's getting are, like, inherent to the scene. So it's like, oh, well, so like even with this, like, someone's got speculation out there, breakdown, and like, oh, he's still got the flare gun on him. I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck is that going to do for him? Like, even if he manages to pop off a shot. And all the zombies stand up and go, ugh. Are they all going to walk off after it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is that what we're going to watch? We're going to see a whole fucking, like, 200 zombies just turn around and decide not to finish this meal because of a flare? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
like, how much, what is that going to save him, even if he has it? It's like, I don't know.
But it's also, I think it's also handled very differently, too, because Game of Thrones, they've all said, not in season 6, and they've all said, definitely dead. Like, oh, he's definitely dead. He's dead.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't mean he can't come back.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Doesn't mean he can't come back.
So it's definitely it's definitely like, it is very different. Two different sides of a
similar.
Because you could argue anything. I mean,
that's the thing too. You could shoot a hole in anything.
Yeah. Has anyone here seen season 2 of True Detective?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know
why?
No, when Colin Farrell got
supposedly
killed at the end
we thought
of the
he was
episode.
dead. Like, you know
and
what I
thought, wow, this is a really innovative show.
And you know why that worked? And you know why that worked? Because they did it at the very end of the episode. It was the last thing you saw, and they don't have a show on afterwards trying to pretend like what's actually going on to try and murk it up.
Yeah.
The problem is that, like, The Walking Dead is so dissected. The Walking Dead is so dissected that, like, you can't have like a cliffhanger like that on a show that's like, well, our MO is to have the big characters who die on right afterwards, but we're gonna have like, a special word from the executive producer about how, hey, you know, this doesn't mean anything. He could still be dead. He might still be alive. Like, you know, just speculate. Like, you know what I mean? And like, well then, you know, like if you're saying, because actually his little phrase was, his story's not done yet. There'll be more to Glenn next week. So it's like, all right, if he's alive.
Yeah, that could be interpreted as like, you know, he's going to be alive, or it could just be that his story isn't over yet because you're going to get flashbacks.
Or Maggie's pregnant.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
You know, that too. I'm just looking at it like this. If he's alive and he doesn't die next week, I got a problem. If he gets out of that and gets all fucked up and he dies from that, then I can handle that. That's cool with me. That still works for me story-wise, like structure-wise.
Mm-hmm. But if they were to do like a Deus Ex Machina thing, and it's like some kind of crazy trapdoor, the helicopter.
I'm telling you right now, if it's a fucking cock-a-doodle car moment from fucking Misery, which is already tagged on the front of this episode for the specific reason of this fucking storyline. Some bait and switch bullshit where, like, you give me a different camera angle now and, like, you know, rewrite the basic last 30 seconds of that somehow. And fucking, like you said, a helicopter rope comes down and scoops them out. You know, whatever. Fucking some hokey bullshit. I'm going to have a problem. You know, I get it if he fucking manages somehow to pull himself out of... Even if he gets under the dumpster, then what? Like, that doesn't even hold up.
No, he was up against a fence also.
Well, that's what I mean. Like
surrounded, like on all three sides of the fence.
Yeah, like, all right, you get under the dumpster maybe, and then what? Slide the dumpster forward a little bit so you can get back behind it, and then up on top of it again.
No, an enormous human shark
shows up.
Now, all right, now we're talking.
Shark's pissed off.
There you go. Rick should just listen to me and just poured gasoline in the fucking zombie pit when he fucking found it. And
hey man, everyone's talking about Glenn. What? Rick's in the same shit.
And Rick's another one, right? I mean, he's surrounded.
Rick's in the same shit
but
also.
all he's got to do is go close the door. I mean, that's Rick left the door open on the RV.
Right.
He's just got to get up and close it. I don't see an issue.
Yeah, but how's he get out?
He waits it out.
Just waits it out. I'd go up on top of the roof because there's a hatch. And maybe poke him with a stick.
Is that still Herschel's van?
No. Even Brian said this goes, that's not the same fucking RV as I was like, no. RVs just all have one design, so.
There's only one kind of RV.
That's it. It's the same one from Breaking Bad. It's the same one from
Yeah. RVs come in one flavor, white trash.
That's it.
1972.
America's favorite. Trash.
America's favorite place to have sex with your sister.
Home on wheels. I think that's really going to wrap us up, though, kind of, right? I mean,
this was fun.
Well, I mean, I know it was fucking fun, Ed. We don't do this for
Ed
nothing.
does not speak for me.
Yeah, good, because I don't think you had any fun.
I did not have fun.
Good, that's what we wanted. Satan should not have fun.
Satan doesn't have fun.
Satan has fun, but just not here.
Not here.
Not here. It's all down in hell.
It's a whole bunch of guys.
Well, California. California is where the devil goes to have fun, I bet.
100%.
100% true. You could probably swear to some of that shit. But I think that's going to wrap us up.
All right, man.
Thank you for having me on.
Oh, yeah, whatever. I guess. Fine. Thanks for coming.
This is a waste of my time. I don't appreciate it. Please don't have me back.
That's agreed. And
I'm keeping the 7 cents.
Keep the 7 cents. And, if anything, I don't know, donate it to a worthy cause. Like, some demon...
relief fund?
Yeah, some demon relief fund. Or if the demon kids do, like... candies and fundraisers and shit like that. Put it into that.
Hey, it's Halloween, though.
Yeah, so I'll put some of the money.
There you go.
See if I can buy one of the little razors, put it in a chocolate box.
Now we're talking. See if you can get like 1 or 2 razors with 7 cents. It's probably about what it is these days. 7 cents a razor.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
At the serial killer fucking supermarket. Hey, how you feeling? You all warmed up over there, Toasty?
I'm about ready.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up then. This has been another Delicious Wicked Theory podcast. You can follow Dom Torre on Twitter at DOM_Torre, TORRE. Get it right, people. Don't get it wrong. You'll know how to find them.
That's
true. You can find me on Twitter as well at Wicked Theory. Are we doing anything for you? No plugs?
No
You're
plugs.
Satan.
No
like,
plugs.
how much... You have all the PR.
Listen to rock and roll.
Just say some Latin backwards and you're good.
There you go. Just mumble something in another language, some kind of Gregorian shint.
That's a big old pile of Gregorian shint.
Oh, remember?
They give you when you have a heart attack, a shint?
Pretty much. Shunt. It's the present tense of shint.
Why don't you just shunt the fuck up?
Shut the fuck up. Put the fucking thing over by the speaker so we don't mess it up again. And Ed, did you want to say goodbye or some shit?
Goodbye or some shit.
Shunt.
Bob, hit it.
All right, take 2. And I was just doing it back to back.
I know, I heard you. You were warming it up the whole time while we were talking.
Still screwed it up.
Yeah.
There's no time left for mistakes. The world needs a leader now.
Once again, we are ready. But if this doesn't work, Optimus Prime will never live again.
Optimus. I've done it! Optimus Prime lives! It's true. Our leader is back.
Yes, Skylynx. And this time, no force in the universe can stop me.